All right, this is what we're going to do, chat. This is what we're going to do. All right. It's rare when I do these long breakdown videos of like of ghost hunting videos in general, especially ones that are an hour and a half long. But this is gonna be a long one, and I'm gonna use my ghost hunter expertise to kind of break down if they did something wrong, if it seems fake, stuff like that. Excuse me. And to me, this one already looks fakey. And I've loved Sam and Colby in the past. The last video I did a reaction on, I was kind of iffy on. But this one seems really fakey. And I'm kind of like curious on how fakey they've become, or if they're just overreacting, or if they're legit. And it's just a wild thing. But I'm very curious about it as well. Yeah, so we're gonna watch this real quick. I am curious about this one. This one's kept me curious for a while. I was told multiple times that people that watched this felt sick. I was told people felt cursed watching it. Spoiler alert. That's not how that works. If you feel a sickness or haunted at all from a YouTube video, sorry, that's on you. That is called a placebo effect or a self-haunting. I'll tell you that straight off. So I'm gonna rip that band-aid off already. If you feel sick or haunted or the ghost activity or acting up, you're just if it's a ghost, you're noticing it more than you are because you're spooked out. Everything else, placebo effect. Or there's many other words for it, but just to make it on paper. So we're gonna watch this and break it down and see why people are feeling that way. And yes, I will be debunking it as well. Yeah, I'll be debunking as well. If there's something to debunk, I will be debunking it. Yeah, because more and more I've been a bit more harsher on Sam and Colby, especially after the Conjuring videos, because things we found on there was not legit. And it wasn't just the Cody and Satori stuff. So there was some things that really spiked, but they weren't like this for a while. And I'm kind of curious if they're going to go back to their roots or not. So we're going to see, because this one apparently is one of the hot topics I've been reached out about. So shush. Let's see what we got. They already did the whole intro thing where it's starting right off without a hit. So they know how to be YouTubers, yeah. That's obvious. They got 5 million views on this video. All right, what sucks and what I hate is the more stuff that we find faking with them or overreacting or lack of information or really starts pushing the boundaries of ghost hunting in a negative way, they're getting more views. And I'm sure they're noticing that as well, which sucks because it means they're going to do it more. And currently they are one of the top leading ghost hunting teams, which is weird to say because it's Sam and Colby on YouTube. So let's see if it's deserved, yeah?
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Oh, for anyone who's in here that's new, yes, I'm a parapsychologist for over 17 years. I've studied the paranormal for all my life. I have dedicated my life to history and paranormal. So, and I have experienced many, 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 many things. I've read many books. I've done research. I've worked with high-end parapsychologists and stuff like that. I've done a lot. So I've got my knowledge, just not the fame, yeah?
This video, we are going to be visiting 3 of the world's most haunted dolls, starting with Peggy the doll in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum.
There is a demon attached to Peggy.
Hello, Zach Bagelbites.
To revisit Robert the doll.
That's the thing as well. Zach has already been proven to have a lot of fakey stuff before, faked evidence and stuff like that. Now we already know that because he works with a production team. He has to fake things sometimes to keep up content, especially with the platform he's on. I don't agree with it by far, but I understand why he has to do it, especially to keep his fame. And not everything he does is fake. Not everything he says is fake. It's just a few things, but it's enough to like discount some of the bigger things, you know? But I mean, you know, you got to work if you want to, I mean, as a content creator and as a businessman, it makes sense, you know, reach out to Zach Bagans, connect him to the videos, do stuff with him, because then it gets us more views and him more views. So it's a platform. It's a business sharing opportunity. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
In this video, we are going to be visiting 3 of the world's most haunted dolls, starting with Peggy the doll in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum.
There is a demon attached to Peggy.
Then we're heading to Florida to revisit Robert the doll. He caused more than 10,000 people to write apology letters for either experiencing bad luck or health problems. Do you believe that Robert the doll cursed me?
perhaps. Yeah. Now listen, I think your ride's just starting.
And finally, we have the opportunity to come face to face with the real.
It's kind of a shit thing to say to someone who got ball cancer.
For each of these dolls,
Just
we have a
saying.
plan, and tonight, Zach Bagans gave us special permission to hold Peggy, something that only a few investigators in the world have been allowed to do. So
That's
let's get
cool.
inside.
That's really cool.
Tonight we've returned to the home of one of the world's largest collections of haunted objects, Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. Zach Bagans is known as the lead investigator of the TV show Ghost Adventures, and tonight we're gonna get to talk to him about one of the world's most haunted dolls, Peggy.
I feel like Zach Bagans look better without the goatee.
Before we do that, we wanted to revisit some of the most haunted objects of the museum, like the Dybbuk box and the Devil's Rocking Chair, but this time in total darkness and completely alone.
Here we go.
I don't know if you guys remember, but last time we were here, we made a light goal that you guys hit where we had to come back, just Sam and I in night vision only. So here we are doing that as the first thing back. I can't even see any of the dolls behind me.
You can't see anything, which is crazy because our goal right now will be to try to find Peggy in the pitch black. This is what it looks like to us without the night.
That'd be fun. I would love to go there, by the way.
How are we gonna find Peggy?
100%. Like, saying everything I just said, I'd still love to go there.
So many rooms and different
I'm way too
staircases
laid
up
back and
down
chilled
that
for this
I don't
already.
know how we're even gonna get to her. Oh, I remember this room.
Literally all the haunted dolls besides Peggy are all in this area.
Hate that.
Oh my god, dude. This is fucking scary.
Fuck dolls, man. Where's it at? Las Vegas.
Look in there, look in there. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that something sitting
Is it
up?
Las Vegas?
Oh, it
I think it's Las
is.
Vegas.
Night vision real quick.
Oh, that's so scary.
Oh my god,
She
it's a
looks
big
real.
statue. In person, guys, that just looks like a shadow figure.
Look at all the creepy dolls. I can't see anything.
Oh my god. They say that that one, Gretchen, is one of the most haunted dolls here.
Dude, she got an attitude on
Do you
her.
remember the name?
Dude, thank you.
Dude, yeah, get a close-up of this. That's who I saw from the other room. That's horrifying.
I'd love to. That'd be
Before we go
great,
any further,
actually.
Guys, you know this. You've been watching the channel
Maybe
for
make
a long
a
time. This is
extended
the
trip to
obelisk.
TwitchCon.
I was holding it the wrong way because it's so dark in here. It's so funny.
Dude, that's amazing. That just shows how dark it is.
All right, here we go.
The way it's said unholy is cool. Unholy.
Celebration, right?
I think so. I'm just gonna blame it on that. Alright, let's go through here.
What's in here?
This is the demonic room. Annalise, right?
Oh, this is the German girl who got possessed. It says base.
But we have to go through that little hole and crawl.
Base.
We can't even see where the hole is, besides on night vision.
That's so messed up.
You gotta crawl.
I
down.
actually can't see anything. I'm using the obelisk light to see. Look at these pictures, dude.
Oh my god, they can't even see really.
This is like the room where they have her growling. Sing.
That's probably gonna piss
There's a
off
Dybbuk
Siri.
box.
Wait, this is genuinely horrifying. It says begin.
Yeah, get in there.
Sorry.
Ow.
Dude, I would love to have an interview with Bagel Bites. I'm too small for him to even look at me, though. As a ghost hunter and, well, not as a ghost hunter, but as a content creator.
I actually cannot see where this hole exits.
I love how the second we walk into this museum, we're already in pitch black. Like, this video has no chill. Like, it is at 100% the entire
I do
time.
love how
This is
entertaining
what
Sam and
it
Colby's videos are, though. I'll give them that, though. They do keep an entertaining video, though.
Nothing.
Which also they end, they're doing the 3 doll videos. So the reason why I'm doing this one, Fluffers, because I was told by many people to check this video out. This is the Dolls Changed Ourselves Forever. It's the one where they like go and see dolls, and apparently there's a lot of issues afterwards that people wanted me to debunk down. So right now they're in Zach Bagel's Bagel Bites, Zach Bagans Haunted Museum, because they're gonna find the first most haunted doll and touch it and deal with it and see how it works.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool, V. We have to see it. We have to get it figured out. I'd be down.
I already know it's that guy right there, and I can't even see him.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
This guy follows you when you walk around. Malevolent!
Oh my god, dude!
Wait, what's touching me? Oh, fuck, it's a rope.
Their overreaction kills me as a ghost hunter, but as a content creator, it makes it fun.
Everything's so bad on the obelisk. It's usually not like this.
I know! Let's keep going.
This
Unholy,
is
malevolent church.
Correct.
so. This is the one. It's not the video where they I guess claimed it gave it to him. They talk from what we saw already in the intro. They say yes, most likely it was the doll that got you sick, which is like. And then it's like, and then they said, and your journey just begun. Like, that's such a shitty thing to say to somebody, even if it is true. Like, that's just, I mean, I want to be real. As a parapsychologist, someone who's studied ghosts for a long time and stuff like that, I've heard ghosts making you sick if they're in your house. If you've been around, I've heard hexes, you know, curses, stuff like that. But a doll doing it? Like, I'm sorry. I know I can't say much. Like, as in, I know there are dolls that have killed people, like they touched them and then they died or whatever. But we also saw Post Malone get in a car wreck after touching the divot box, and the divot box was proven fake. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like maybe your luck can go bad, and because of that, stuff can happen. I can see and get some bad rolls. I can see that, or some bad hands. I can see that, sure. But like, to give someone like such a deadly disease as that, like by just instantly touching it or whatever, I don't know. That's an interesting one for me. The world does work in different ways though, so we'll have to see. But it's, I mean, I can see it's got bad juju. I could see that even a divot box has bad juju, for sure. But to cause such bad pain, like on that level, that's even more powerful than most demons can do. Yeah, not all. There's a lot of demons that could do that, but I mean, maybe it is possessed by a demon and it's angry that it's been touched. You know, who knows? Who knows? Thank you so much. Hydrate God, Yellow Veil. So who knows?
Gateway. Hop.
No,
Hop into another gateway?
I don't want to go into another gateway.
True fluffers.
And the creepiest part of Zach Bagans' museum is that he even has a collection of serial killer memorabilia that have
I think that's cool. I feel like that's awesome. Those are artifacts right there.
Oh my god. So this is just a huge
I think it's a cool museum generally.
Just collections of murderabilia from all these different serial killers. Ted Bundy stuff, John Wayne Gacy. Even if, let's say, random objects or dolls aren't haunted, things like serial killer objects, they have to be haunted. They've seen some traumatic events.
Oh, for sure. They're just like from evil people themselves. So that energy, like look at this.
He's
This
right
is
about that.
Made out of
He's very
Charles
right about
Manson's
that.
ashes, I think.
I think it's in his eyes.
It has his ashes.
So creepy.
I'm almost glad that it is pitch black in here.
You know where we should go though? One of the scariest spots ever that we saw last time was in the basement.
He's right there. I mean, think about all the people that they murdered, the bad energy that person has, the energy that surrounds it, and stuff like that. Every item, especially worn all the time, like glasses and shit. Oh my god, that's insane. I gotta sit up, man. This is a reaction video. I keep sitting down, but I'm so relaxed watching this. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Do not enter.
Do not enter. The guide is way off in the distance. There's like one person, one security guy here, and we're gonna go face the basement alone. This is where allegedly in this haunted museum.
What was that? What was that?
The door like creaked open.
What's in there? Well, I'm sorry,
That's
but
the
like
cauldron.
the cauldron?
But that
The cauldron.
heavy. Whoa.
There's a loud creak in here.
Heavy love.
I don't think we even heavy love. Wait,
Hey.
what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Hey, yo.
I know you got a heart on your ring and shirt though.
Can you see it though?
Yeah, you can see the heart.
Alright, go check out shopexplore.com.
Before
That's
this
a cool
building
shirt.
was turned into a museum, the basement of the house was allegedly where actual rituals were held. This is why many claim that it's the most haunted part of the museum.
Oh god.
So the museum was an actual haunted house. I didn't know that. So the museum is actually a haunted house. That's actually a really cool setup in general for that, in my opinion. Like, oh yeah, we have a haunted museum. That's awesome. But like a haunted museum inside of a very haunted location. Now that's
I
cool.
just have a bad feeling about last time we were in this basement investigating, people got touched. I have a horrible cellar. It literally says cellar.
There's
like
no
that.
way. Wait, this is where like all the demonic rituals would happen too, right?
Literally, it's alleged that people would come down here in hoods and do rituals, and that's why this house alone, not even just the museum's objects, are haunted. When is the last time that me and you just did like a solo investigation like this?
I want to say like over a year and a couple months ago, like at the lighthouse or something, right?
Yeah, it's probably been like close to 2 years since like me and you have not only done an investigation, but taken on literal demons.
Like the most haunted dolls in the world.
I'm actually kind of glad that we're not bringing random guests on this, because like that would be kind of cruel and unusual punishment.
No, okay, dude. Like, we came here, Stas gets her hair pulled. Then I go to Robert the doll, and everybody knows what allegedly happened to me. And then we're gonna go to Annabelle later. Like, what the hell?
Pray for us.
Why are
guys.
the eyes marked out?
Not a good video for collabs. Speaking of, there's our collabs.
Come down, look at this door, and just like be super quiet.
Sometimes.
What the fuck was that?
Okay, ready, guys? Oh my god.
Looks like the Hellfire
It's
Society
nothing.
building.
It's actually nothing.
It's literally not.
It's so scary. I don't think they. I hope they understand now.
How many of you guys watching this would do this? I'm curious.
100%. I've done it before. Not there though.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Did you just touch me?
No.
Are you okay? Are you actually? Are you fucking with me?
No.
Actually, because I just felt something touching my back.
I did it.
Okay.
Is that a shadow figure in front of you?
Okay, you go fucking first. Witch!
It's a witch. You see that in the camera?
Is that even supposed
That's
to be
cool.
It's a secret witch. Isn't there usually like a spirit box that's going crazy around here too?
Everything was turned off. The entire museum is just ours.
Guys, this is where we did the last investigation.
Do you think this area is fake? Like, do you think Zach Bagans put this area here to freak people out, or do you think it's legit? I don't actually know the lore here. I'm legit asking.
Last time on the pentagram, you can't see anything. What?
Oh my god, this thing touched me. I was like, what the fuck is that? This is where
That's
Stas
cool.
got her hair tugged.
In
Evil?
2014, a
What's it
haunted
about?
doll expert Jane Harris received a mysterious email
Why are the eyes blocked out?
asking her to take a cursed doll away from its owner. The email stated, "This doll ruined my life. I want to forget it ever existed, and I hope God protects you all." This doll was named Peggy. Jane took Peggy to a psychic where she realized their
Okay, do people believe that if you look in the eyes of the doll when it's a haunted doll, you'll get like possessed or something, or get affected or something? Because that's for dramatic effect. I'm hoping that's what it is. I see why you're saying that now. Yeah, no, I hope that's what it is. Because if people believe that you get possessed by looking in the eyes of a doll, no. No. Even a demon doesn't work like that. Do you think cameras are created when demons were born and we're like, yes, we can possess him through the camera? Or ghost? Like, sure, we've seen technified ghosts for sure, but like, not to that level, yeah. Not to that level.
There might not just be one, but two entities haunting this doll.
I did this show in the very beginning
That does
of
sound
the
fun as
museum.
hell.
It was called Deadly Possessions. Out of all the items, the one that messed
Agreed,
me up
CT.
the most was Peggy.
After Jane posted Peggy on social media, she started receiving hundreds of DMs from random people saying they've had negative experiences after viewing this doll. Experiences like no
Okay, again, I know a lot of psychics. I deal with a lot of psychics. I deal with a lot of things. And I'm talking like well-known, high-end, like represented psychics, right? And like stuff that they've done. And there are some like I feel something. I mean, yeah, you can feel energy maybe through a photo, but like there's no, I mean, okay, let's break it down. All right, we know that energy can have a quantum effect, right? If I want to feel your energy, right? Say Riku's energy to pull his tarot cards, stuff like that. It's possible, right? It's a quantum energy understanding. The moment you can tap into that energy, you can feel it from wherever around in the world. Because quantum effect in the spooky theory through Einstein states that energy can be connected through like light years away and still have the same effect. So it does make sense in that aspect, right? I get it, right? But the only way that you're gonna like really feel like that energy coming from those dolls is if you like are a very high-end psychic and you tap in to a doll. All right, and let me tell you, a doll may have its own energy. It may be possessed. It may have its own things. But that's a lot. That's like saying you could tap into any ghost anywhere. Do you realize how crazy that's like? How, like, is it possible? Sure. Anything's possible in the paranormal when you break it down enough. But like, oh, I don't say anything, but a lot of things are. But like, in the sense of like hundreds of thousands of people feeling this way, and hundreds of thousands of people, that's wild. Yes, empathy is a thing. Yes, being an empath is a thing. Yes, I'm an empath. I understand it. But also, listen, if you're going to try and tap in from people from hundreds of thousands of miles away, you need to put some barriers up, man. You got to work on yourself because you can't just work on that natural touch of like, oh, I can feel the energy in the room. That's cool. Work on yourself because if you're feeling energy from a doll from that far away and you're pulling that energy to empathically feel it and you're not putting any barriers up, girl, you are walking with a loaded gun pointed to your face. All right. Just saying. Like, and someone else is holding the trigger. Like, I'm just saying, like, there are ways to do stuff. But again, this percentage of saying how this is even doable or the amount of people that could do it are probably like 3% of psychics and stuff that are out there. And that's like very little compared to legit psychics that are out there. Because there's a lot of fakies. A lot of people think they're psychic and they're not, or people that have some psychic tendencies but never grew on it. Like, there's a whole bunch out there. Most things that happen are placebo effect. Like, I want to say 95% of things people feel from looking at dolls or images or pictures are placebo effects. You can give yourself a self-haunting. You can give yourself nosebleeds. You can give yourself things that happen, especially if it fears you enough. You can trick your body to feel anything, right? You can trick your body into getting sick. You can trick your body to being healthy. You can trick your body into doing multiple things. And if your brain believes it enough, it will manifest your body to do so. That's just the way the power of our brain works. If you go and say, if you're cold and you force your body to go and think, I'm hot, I'm warm, I'm very comfortable, I'm toasty, your body's temperature will change and accept what is happening, right? And make your body temp a little bit warmer. It doesn't mean it's going to make it 95 degrees or fucking like 100 and some degrees right away or anything like that, but it'll keep you at least more stable. You can cause your body to create nosebleeds by thinking about it. You can create your body to ache and feel things. That's why when you're doing paranormal stuff, you need to know what your body is capable of and what you're doing, and keep a clear mind when experiencing stuff. Because if you're like, oh no, they say the ghost here can create body cramps. Oh no, I'm having body cramps. The ghost is here. Like, no, you got to make sure your mind is clear. You got to make sure you're focused. You got to make sure that you have those barriers up and you keep pushing. That way, when you get evidence and you're feeling stuff, you know what you're feeling. And also you got to make sure everyone else around you is feeling it, right? Because if other people are feeling it, then it's not just you and it's not just in your head. Yeah. And like so many people are going to like probably comment on this video below, right? About how well, now watching this video, I felt something. Well, make sure first you're not thinking about things happening to you. You can even if you're not psychic, you can manifest shit happening to you because our brains work that way. Our brain tells us when we're in pain. Well, we can also tell our body that we're in pain, and our brain that we're in pain, and our brain will respond to that method because it's a two-way street. You know, you have to understand your brain and how it works, and you have to be able to like understand your own energy and stuff like that. Like, again, meditation. I say this stuff all the time, but also, even if you don't know, right, you should notice like how like I touch fire hot, brain tell me fire hot. Okay, well now next time you go like, man, I could touch that fire, but it burns me, and you kind of feel that feeling again of when you got burnt before. It's because it's a two-way street. Bomb. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, it sounds really fun. I'm actually looking into that, TNT. If you feel that much, so much strong, and you do not know how to ground, is daft. I forget to ground, and I don't do it so often as I should. But yeah, exactly. You have to ground. If you feel that stuff so easily picking up, you gotta know how to ground. You better drop that stuff off at the kids as much as possible. Go outside, touch grass. Literally, it's a grounding form. Put your feet in grass. Go touch grass. You'll feel better. There's a lot of different ways to ground and do different things, and it's not hard. Like once you get used to it, just do it. If you're feeling stuff from pictures, dog, you should not be on Instagram or either sites that have photos on it. There are a lot of photos on it with a lot of energy that you can feel, and you just don't. Like if you did that on your own self, if you know that you get affected by looking at things and you're looking up things, that's not your fault. Or that's not their fault. That's your fault. Fucking know your body. You're like, oh man, and looking at pictures of dolls makes my nose bleed. Oh fuck, a website full of dolls. Oh, my nose. Oh, so haunted. I'm sorry. Now you're no longer having someone else holding the trigger. That's you. Just use your brain. Common sense. Yeah, especially when messing with the paranormal. Let's see. I can feel my wallet crying and having a mental breakdown if I open Warframe. Am I a psychic? Yes, you're a psychic. Exactly. To tell me a gamer to how the fucking Riku sent me. How dare you? The audacity. Telling a gamer to touch grass. Well, are you an empathic gamer? Because if so, go touch grass. If not, yeah, I'm not stopping you, brother. Absolutely. Fuck grass. That shit's got bugs in it, and bugs crawl in your wounds, and wounds cause it create eggs, and eggs create inside your body. Now you have tapeworm. Like, dude, no, fuck that. Don't go outside. But for you psychics out there, put your feet out in the grass. That sounds so bad, but like it does help generally. As someone who's a gamer and a psychic, yeah, absolutely. Fucking go out, touch grass. Yeah. Let's see. I'm touching grass telepathically. A true psychic right there. There's other ways. You don't have to touch grass, but there are other ways, but that's the easiest format. Let's see. But it's small enough to help you enjoy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It sounds really cool. There are some pictures that can affect me. My niece imposed some on FB, and I had to remove myself from her feed, so I did not see that. Exactly. If you are getting affected by photos and stuff like that, it shouldn't create nosebleeds. I'm going to straight up and say that. It should not create nosebleeds, but you can emotionally feel something, and you can get energy from that. That's a normal thing. Okay, there is lines of this, right? You can look at a photo and feel something out of it, right? Like, especially when it's of a dead relative, or your ex got in another relationship, or family that you don't get to be a part of, or like maybe they are talking about like a dog that they loved and passed and you never met them, but you can feel that. That's empathy. You can feel feelings naturally. Anyone can, not even a psychic. As long as you have empathy, you can feel that. I just want to point that out. That is a normal thing. That it doesn't mean you're psychic per se, but it just means you're human, like more so. And that's normal. And yes, you can feel that in even a stronger level, and that's fine. But getting nosebleeds and getting affected like by bad luck and stuff, like no, that's not a thing. That's or it can be, but very, very, very rarely. We'll say it like that. Yeah. Like, and yeah, exactly. You were feeling negative effects by the photos, and you removed yourself from those photos, and now you feel better. You don't have to put yourself in bad situations. Exactly. Fuck yeah, TNT. That is fair. Let me see here. What did you send me on this one? Real life photo of Riku, not forward. Real life photo of Riku touching grass. Real life video. Understandable, Riku. At least you tried. Terraria? Really? Wild. Do they have stuff on Terraria or vice versa or both? That's wild. Just nightmares? Oh, nightmares? That's pretty bad too, though. Here's images online. See, when you take negative energy and negative energy is cursed energy, and cursed energy is negative energy. That's the line. Cursed energy is negative energy, and negative energy itself can empower you, but it doesn't regenerate you. So if you put negative energy and multiply by other negative energy, you get positive energy, and that is a reverse curse technique. That's what it is, something like that. Vice versa. That's still kind of cool. That's still kind of cool though, TNT.
Nosebleeds, headaches, rage, lightheadedness, and even an actual heart attack.
And she wrote about it in her book. This Peggy the
A heart
Doll of
attack.
Jane Harris.
A heart attack. Brothers, if you're getting a heart attack from looking at a photo, stop looking at photos. Yeah? Delete Instagram. Yeah? Also follow Broken Admin on Instagram. He posts photos on there like once a month, but usually they're bangers. An empathic, not psychic. I am certain kind of empath, also not a broad spectrum empath. I feel delving into nature helps center and grouping me. I got senses of peach when I am in nature. Oh, that's cute. The island helps a lot. I am looking forward to being the good. I'm glad. You should. It helps ground a lot and helps you recenter and helps you connect as well. And I'm glad. And everyone should do so. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, you can definitely feel, especially if you connect with someone as well, especially if it's your sister posting photos, it makes sense that you connect with her energy. You know her very well. You're very connected with her, and it's hard for you to bury that. But you didn't get a heart attack from looking at the photos. That's kind of what I'm getting at with this for sure. But yeah, no, definitely ground. It'll help a lot. And especially build those barriers. It helps you as well. Oh, that's cool, TNT. Oh, that makes me sad, but I guess so they don't get sued. Could have been caused by anxiety cause, inner turmoil, peace, not peach. Oh, yeah, inner peace. That makes more sense. I was like, peach, okay. It's like, damn. Yeah, exactly. The photo could have caused anxiety, which created the heart attack. That is a good way of putting that. That is fair. But if they're thinking that looking at the photos is the cause of the heart attack and not the anxiety that taps in, that's wrong. that doesn't make sense. But yes, anxiety would
Long
make
story
sense.
short, she brings Peggy in and
Domain
had a hood over
expansion
Peggy's
therapy.
face, because at that time, Jane Harris knew that when she posted the picture of Peggy online, how many hundreds of people are just sending her messages about, once I looked into Peggy's eyes, I got severely sick. I started having heart problems. The camera that was filming the shot on Peggy, that completely died. And then, I'd say like a few days later,
Did you hear that?
yeah.
Great. That's already starting.
What happened?
And then all these black flies, even Jane wrote about this, all these black flies started surrounding me, my face, my head, Jane Harris's face, her head, and then I had to stand up and I got really angry, really aggravated, and I started
He does
kicking
it a lot,
pieces
though.
of our set. I had to go outside, and I
He does
knew
it a lot,
right
yeah.
then in that moment that Peggy is a very powerful item.
Our main goal.
Okay. If you're getting flies and you're feeling stuff like that and things are happening, I can understand nosebleeds happening around Peggy. Just saying, by the way. But getting photos of it and seeing having that's a wild one. That's a wild one, yeah. I would say, however, if you are getting flies and stuff like that, it sounds like a demonic possession, but also that's interesting because a lot of that sounds very demonic. In the sense of the flies are a big hint of it, yeah. Lord of the Flies, you know, Beelzebub, whatever. But like the anger, that's just Zach Baggins getting angry at something, you know. That's just bagel bites. But other stuff happening as well, and people having issues when beside it, that could make sense. But that could also be high spiritual activity as well. I'm wondering if it is. I mean, it is this demonic doll changes forever. I could see that line being demonic, but then why isn't it doing anything else? It almost feels like the presence of what was and not what is, yeah? Because it could have really high negative energy and it's creating these effects, or like a catalyst of such. Because if it's an actual demon itself, it's not just going to make you feel those things and walk away and let you walk off. You know, if it's a demon, it's going to torture you till you're dead, right? Or do whatever it wants to do to you and like create issues and like more so. And like, it could be doing that. But why is Catalyst just covering its face and not the doll presence itself, you know? So it almost feels like it's something almost like a curse, maybe? But even then, again with that, I still don't see that affecting you through photos. Now I want to see some like actual parapsychology papers on that. Because personally, I've not heard any actual documented research on the fact that that's actually like legit. Now, I understand people do feel that way and stuff like that. And I do understand people will feel that way. And I do understand people probably did get nosebleeds and heart attacks while looking at it. Anxiety, fear, placebo effect. There's a whole bunch of stuff that could create these things that happen that isn't just the doll. But getting it to a point to where someone who is like actually studying the doll and gets affected, now that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting to see how that triggers and affects and stuff like that. Because if so, then it could be a special case. I mean, it is like a very rare case already. We're looking at being one single doll out of millions of dolls that exist, right? Why this doll? And what changed it? Is this a tulpa? Is this a situation? Is this all in the head? There's a lot of questions. Plus, we also know Zach Baggins also overreacts to things too. So we'll see how that breaks down, though. Ow. I was fucking around with that too much. Ow. Let's see. Hate Bagel Bites shirt, the shoulder pads. Yeah, I don't like the padding on it. It's so weird. Bagel Bites is known to over-exaggerate from the time of content. S&C are also... Yeah, exactly. So both of them are known as exaggerators and overdoers. So we'll see. Use you up. Yeah, it won't just put flies around you and make you feel silly and hurt. It's gonna fuck you up. Like, if you ever think, oh, there's a demon in my house, you would know. If you're like, oh, man... things are getting thrown in my house. There's a demon. It's not a demon. It's a ghost. But if you're getting thrown against a wall, choked and pinned and held up against like 5 feet up in the air and feeling all of your energy getting drained out of you, or like watching your family members get like possessed one by one and coming after you, or like fucking, I don't know, your couch catching fire. I don't fucking know. That would be more demonic activity. Like, I can see the flies and stuff being a sign of it, but flies can also be a sign of high negative energy as well. Usually it's a sign of Beelzebub. But like, if that was Beelzebub, a lord of fucking hell, it wouldn't. That doll would be walking around like doing shit at all times. Like, you know, there's definitely a lot. There's levels, right? Zach overacting, never. Right? That's what I'm saying, Woofy. Right? How you doing, Woofy? Hello, Rachie. How you doing? More Oreos. Get Oreos and tea. Yeah. Sounds like someone's ex-wife that I found on the internet. Dude, mood though. Yeah, no, it's real though. It's real.
Well, obviously, is
That's
to
crazy.
find and investigate with Peggy. Try to figure out and remember where Peggy's exhibit is.
I know it's upstairs.
All right, let's
Also,
go
Merry
find
Christmas
staircase.
Eve.
You go that way, I go
Those
this
coming
way.
in.
Ow! Who put that door there?
Isn't there a thing that shakes?
What's the door doing?
That cross.
We'll shake back and forth.
Peggy is known to hate crosses. Do you have a cross necklace on? Kind of, like 3 crosses.
Fuck.
So that's also why people think she might be a demon.
That's kind of a cool
These
necklace.
paintings are.
If there is anyone
Jesus
here
crosses
watching
for
us,
sure.
speaking with us through this obelisk, can you give us a clear and obvious sign? We're on our way to
Funny, Riku.
Peggy the doll's room. Ooh, cook.
Gotta let him cook.
Malicious.
Maliciously.
Malicious.
In this door, there's the devil's
Rest your head, drink
rocking
some water,
chair,
take
which
some
we both
meds.
sat on,
Absolutely.
and Sam experienced
I'm glad you've been in bed
extreme
listening to stream.
diarrhea
Relax, my friend.
That is not true.
I was just from the
I'm doing very well. I had a funeral and 3 Christmas parties, and I got one tomorrow as well, so I'm
I
busy
still
and
have
tired.
nightmares about that. I was shaking genuinely for like 30 minutes.
I'm
after.
rested.
Yeah, it almost felt like we were paralyzed in the chair. All right, if there's anybody up here, you can come to this device right here.
Yeah, Peggy would hate me too with
Let
my
us know
crosses
if you want
and
us to be coming
stuff
up
I
here or
wear.
not. We're here to learn about the haunted doll Peggy and what's attached to her. Is it 2 people? Is it just one demonic entity?
Zach Bagans seems to believe this is a demonic energy.
I can see it.
For the last stop before Peggy, we wanted to visit
Also saying, I don't, just because I make fun of Zach, and just because I make fun of the way he does things, or how he says things, or stuff, or like how he overreacts and exaggerates and stuff like that, he does know his shit. He is a documentarist more than a parapsychologist for sure. I mean, at least that's how he's been for years, but it might be different now in the past few years for sure, since he hasn't been mostly on social. But we've already seen how he reacts to Travel Channel, how he sees himself, how he sees others see himself, and how he runs things. It's very like cocky and very like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. But the question is I know he's done the experience, but how much research has he done? How much paperwork? How much documentation? You know. But he does know his stuff from experience alone. He just overreacts, simplifies, and says things because he has to, because he's on television. There's a difference between television and YouTube, and that's the biggest thing, is that he's got a production team that yells at him to get shit done, even the fake things. And he has to overreact and enunciate things to make it seem real, because he has to make sure he doesn't lose his credibility, but also because how do I put it? He's getting forced to because he's being paid to, yeah? And if he doesn't do it right, he doesn't get paid. Yeah. So I get it. Like, I'm not agreeing with it, but I understand, you know, and that's why, like, a lot of times, like when Zach does talk and he explains things, he like, especially specifically on how energy works and stuff works, he does know what he's saying, but sometimes he says things to make a show, because in the end, he is a showman more than a ghost hunter. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, there was a ghost sighting at my theater this weekend. Yo, let's go. It was the one entity that everyone has always seen, we think is a past director, because he can be seen pacing the stage and scoffing at the backstage. Oh, nice. Scaffolding on the backstage. And his ashes are hidden somewhere in the theater. That's kind of sick. I believe it, especially if it's just it could be an intelligent or a residual, because he worked there his life. You know, he did a bunch of stuff. It could be both. I'd be interested to test that out. That sounds awesome. You should test that out. You should go talk to the ghostie. That'd be cool. And especially if his ashes are there, there's an anchor. That's cool as hell. I've heard of a lot of ghost experiences happening the past few days that have just like really peaked recently. And I wonder if it's just Christmas or what. Energy in the air. Energy in the air or what? Like, I wonder if it's like something going on. And I'm invited. Woofy, send me details. I might be very interested in that. Send me details.
aka what many call the museum's most haunted object.
I'd be down. Or at least I can help you walk it through on some stuff as well if I can't come, but I'd be happy to. That'd be fun.
Box, which allegedly contains a demon inside, has been responsible for numerous physical attacks and bad luck. It even affected Post Malone with near-death experiences after he touched the box.
Yeah, before we go.
Oh my, what the fuck?
What?
I remember watching that video and watching a documentary on that, and Post Malone literally like is like, "Yo, bro, what's up?" And Zach is so awkward by him the whole time, and he's called Post Malone's being like, "Yo, I'm Posty. I work for Hunt Showdown now. That's crazy." He didn't say that, but he is. And Zach's just like, "This is the Dibbit box. Be careful with the Dibbit box." He's just so like awkward with it. And Zach is touching it, and then gets mad at Posty for touching it. But then, like, I watched a whole documentary on it, and the whole thing from the day it was created was fake on that Dibbit box specifically. And I'm not gonna get into it because we've gotten into it before, but like that Dibbit box specifically is very fake and has been faked and tricked a bunch of people all the way up to Zach. But then he goes, "It's still got some negative energy to it, and it's causing a lot of issues. Or I believe even though if it's not haunted then, it's haunted now, which is doable, and it's very real, especially if it's a Tulpa effect. You know, millions of people believe it's real and passed down full of negative energy. It can become that, but it's not a Dibbit box level of negative energy. So again, creates a Tulpa placebo effect, right? It's interesting." But then a lot of shit did happen to Posty, so you know maybe he just got some bad luck in general. But man, it was an awkward thing. But which then breaks down. Okay, and they're relying on like, oh, this is real, so that's real, right? Well, this is fake, so how real is this? You know, now we're kind of like breaking into where this really lies.
I don't know. I thought I saw something move over there.
Oh
There's
no.
nobody here, right?
There's nobody here.
Hey, there's no one about Peggy, right?
Imagine now if that doll fell, that would have been a different. That would have been more interesting.
It's not just Peggy up here.
Oh yeah.
Other spirits.
All these rooms are super haunted.
I'm on edge now.
Okay, so I don't
Yeah,
know
I would
if we
love to
can
go there and
actually get into
investigate.
the room where the Dibbit box is. Let's find out. Oh, it's open!
Whoa. Something just clicked over here too. Right as you opened the door. So this Dibbit.
So this is the view. This is the vision I like to see. Fuck, of course, it's not wanting to work. This is a Ghost Hunter stare. This is how you know when they're in Ghost Hunter mode, right? You can tell by body shape, by body language and stuff like that, when they switch to Ghost Hunter mode. Now, Sam and Colby are Ghost Hunters. You know, they're showmen. They do all the things, but they did learn. They did their research. They studied. They worked with a bunch of people to learn how to be better. Now, in recent videos, they definitely went back to overreacting, doing fakey stuff to get more content. However, they do be Ghost Hunters. I will give it to them. They are Ghost Hunters because they did learn. They did research. They got experience. They got on hand. They learned data. They broke it down. Like, they did the work, you know, so I'm not going to take that away from them. This stare is when you know it's because you feel fear, you get shook, but you stay focused and you stay calm and you get your mind, you go calm of mind. It's like a practice you learn, right? The moment something's happening, right? You clear your mind, you focus on in front of you, you keep your senses wide aware, and you can feel that fear inside you because you know you're walking into something that's, oh shit, what the fuck? But you keep going, right? This is a Sam and Colby I like to see. Now, obviously, this isn't their content creation phase. But this is the, oh fuck, what's going on stare. And you see that in a lot of Ghost Hunters, and that's when you know like they're being legit for a moment. Like, or at least being legit in general, if they're like that all the time. But in this moment, they're being like legit.
Right as you opened the door. So this Dibbit box said to give people extreme bad luck. Should we even do this right before Peggy?
You can tell by facial features.
You know what's crazy too is this.
And now he's back in content creation mode a little bit.
And Zach
Well,
Bacon's experiencing something insane here, and then Post Malone had a shrink
actually,
down
that's
luck.
more focused as well. Never mind. He's back. He's still in Ghost Hunter mode.
It's hot in here.
Oh, it's thick. There's the Dibbit box. All right, if there's any.
Oh, that's the Dibbit box. He had another one in the other room.
That wants to talk to us or will join us over in Peggy's room. Let us know. Give us an obvious sign or move a door just like you had.
Can you make a little tap or creak like you
Yeah,
just did
okay, Ghost
before?
Hunter mode. Yep. See that stare?
Was that you? You know what is really scary about this room? Last time we were here for an investigation, we both cut off our hair and gave it as an offering.
So whatever's here.
That seems like a bad idea, even if
Left,
it's
literally.
fake.
What?
There's like a humming or something like that right behind you. Did you hear that?
No.
Am I going?
What is that?
What the fuck? What? What?
It was a footstep.
Am I going crazy? Did I not just hear like literal like humming, like deep voice? We're literally in pitch black. Like there's a little like.
It
blue
adds
light
a bit
over there,
more
but that's
like
it. and then we have to deal
fear
with
of being in
all these
pitch black.
sounds
So
and
we
have
always
no
do it usually in
idea
pitch
what's,
black
like, next
too.
to us.
I don't want to be in here anymore.
All right, let's go.
Interesting.
Next to us.
I don't want to be in here anymore.
All right, let's go.
So for one, being in pitch black, I love doing it in pitch black and using night vision because it brings you into the experience. You feel the energies more. You're more heightened senses. You don't get blinded by what's in front of you. You see what's more around you, in the sense of like you use your feelings. You feel emotion. You feel stuff a lot more in pitch black. But I do understand lights for video quality. It's interesting. We don't usually get a I don't want to be here anymore from them. So that means they were definitely feeling something and freaking out a lot. And the fear that you saw was like a real fear because like he's like, dude, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm out. Like that's you it's good to call when you want to call, especially when you feel more like you're in danger. And I've never done that myself. I've never done that before. I've done it to get out of places to help other people, but myself, no. That's interesting. Yeah, exactly. It's different from Zodiacs and Broken. Exactly. Exactly.
Not any exaggeration whatsoever. Like we literally every day have people that we have to take out of the museum. You know, they've fainted, they've had to go in ambulances. This girl was in the lobby and her head contorted like this and started puking everywhere. And there was a handprint on her neck.
Interesting.
4 bruised fingerprints
I believe it.
on her neck. It is like one of the
I know I keep pausing and I'm being a yapper, but I'm gonna say this one more thing and I'll let it play for a little bit longer. When you have a house with a haunted object, you already have activity. When you have a house with 5 haunted objects, you get more activity because they feed off each other and you feel more drained. You get more hurt because things are now more stronger because they're feeding off each other and things are growing, right? If you have a house full hundreds of haunted objects, things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. And they're going to be a lot more powerful than they were if they were alone and solidified. Solidified? No. Solitated? Alone. I'm so tired. So like saying that, like, I do not doubt that place has got a lot of fucking activity, real or fake items. There's definitely enough items there. There's a good handful of real ones.
Terrifying things that I've ever seen physically, but lately there's been like a lot of people being.
And I do pause and talk and stuff like that about stuff, but we're an hour in the video right now, and we're 14 minutes into this video. So I've yapped a lot.
Affected by Peggy. They're getting possessed, and they're having illnesses. And this whole illness stuff is getting crazier with Peggy. It's kind of a newer thing that I'm experiencing myself. I'm gonna get a little personal here. I just started thinking I was like dying from something. I didn't talk to anybody. I got scared. I thought I was having like medical problems. I was freaking the fuck out, dude. Just today, this mother and her daughter came to the museum. They came back because her husband started taunting and provoking Peggy the last time they were here.
So a lot of that sounds like demonic activity, actually. What he's explaining is how demons feed on you. They fuck with you. They change your mentality. They make you live in a different realm almost, of a world of thought. So that's interesting to note.
What? Did you do that?
No, I'm just saying.
What was that look to him?
That's true. That's very true.
I would never do such a
Well, what was that look then?
I don't know.
Did you provoke her one time? Tell me, Colby.
He did.
He did?
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, come on.
What? You're throwing me under the bus right now.
You provoked Peggy?
No, but what would happen to someone if, let's say, they do provoke her?
Oh my gosh, now he's asking for himself.
Bus right now.
Okay, I kind of
What was that
love
look then?
the conversation of Zach here with this, that he's about to scold Sam. I kind of fucking love that, actually.
Today, this mother and her daughter came to the museum. They came back because her husband started taunting and provoking Peggy the last time they were here. What? Did you do that?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
was that look to him?
He never provokes. Sam doesn't
I
provoke.
would never
Sam,
do such a
well, what was that look then?
I don't know.
Did you provoke her one time? Tell me, Colby.
He did.
He did?
What?
Are you serious?
I love this, actually. This whole
You're
part
throwing me under
here.
the bus right now.
You provoked Peggy?
No, but what would happen to someone if, let's say, they do provoke her?
Oh my gosh, now he's asking for himself. You are so guilty right now. Let me just
I
tell
actually
you this, so
like...
today-
Okay, Two things. I actually like how you see them be more real here and not just, I'm Zach Baggins and I'm Ghost Hunter. Like, it's kind of like he's being playful and stuff like that. That was actually really cute and that was a lot of fun. But can we just mention how Zach's voice is very much Zach's voice in Ghost Adventures? Like, don't get me wrong, we all got a showman voice, right? But his voice is very much, my name is Zach Baggins and I am part of Ghost Adventures. You know, it's the cadence, right? It's the cadence. It's like, I once saw a ghost and I spend my entire life trying to find ghosts to prove to you so you can see what I saw or whatever. Right? And he's talking to them like legitimately, like just trying to have a conversation with them. And he goes, now, if you understand how I feel, then please listen to me. And it's very like cadency as well. Like to even joking there, he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. It's just, it's kind of funny, but kind of like, God damn it, Zach Baggins. I don't know. It's funny. It's just funny, like to see like how much he's become Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures in his day-to-day as well.
They came back to kind of get closure and face Peggy because of what happened to her husband, and it was very severe. Like, he had a very bad attachment.
I am liking just seeing him talk rather than being the host. I'm enjoying that a bit more.
Hearing scratching, and he became very ill, got very sick. You have to respect the power of Peggy. How are these items so powerful? Like, is there really a demon inside of the doll? This is no fucking joke, okay? I'm telling you that.
I agree with that. I think it's always good, no matter if it's a demon, a ghost, an entity, or nothing, it's better to always be respectful, be polite, and be like precise with your words. Is like the big three things, and that's always one thing I preach a lot. Because even it could be a very powerful demon. It could be a lord of hell. It could be your grandfather. Regardless, you should be respectful because they are dead and we should respect the dead, or like an entity of unliving, I guess. But like, you don't know what they're capable of, truly, deep down. Like there's a lot of highness knowing that we don't fully know 100% of anything. And you don't want to be a cause of a case. You don't want to be a statistic, but also it's a respect thing. You can if you walk into a room with a demon, like a high level demon, and you didn't know, and you walk and be very respectful and deny in a respectful manner, a lot of times you'll walk out of that room unscathed. But if you walk in and be like, yeah, you're not going to hurt me, of course you're going to get fucking affected. You know, if I was a demon, that's what I'd do. I'm just saying, like, you got to be respectful, show your, and be like precise in what you're saying. Do not show emotion or fear, and be like, and you'll get more responses, you get more data, you get more information, and you'll walk out a lot less scathed. Now it's not 100%, but you get, it's a more of a chance. Yeah. Take off the, yeah, exactly. V. But like it allows you to, I don't know. You just, and even if it's nothing, it's better safe than sorry. Yeah.
Hello, Peggy. We come here with respect. We're only here to learn more about your story.
Hello, Peggy. Come here with respect. We're literally right in front. Oh my God, I genuinely feel like a pressure on my chest. Like almost like a moment.
That's interesting. Okay.
Just so you guys don't have to look at her while we do this, we're going to show you this perspective.
Peggy, if you're around, or if there's an entity in here, you can use this device I'm holding to communicate if you want to tell us anything before we start the investigation. Again, we come here with respect.
Yeah, you can't see her face or her eyes, luckily. We just see the outline of the big box.
Could be the literally pressure of energy that's around it as well.
The truth. So we're gonna come back up here with some equipment and the key.
When you get near something that's got activity, you will feel a pressure on her chest, and the more energy that it has, the more pressure you feel. Yeah, so if it has a lot of energy, it's very plausible that they're feeling something that's like pushing them back.
And we are gonna unlock this exhibit and take you out. Have you done any sort of investigation with her actually holding the doll?
I haven't.
Well,
I'm gonna let you guys pop that cherry.
Oh, let's go.
But I will say, I've seen people provoke and taunt Peggy, and I see the aftermath of what happens. And you're telling me you did that, right,
no,
Sam?
I'm not saying that.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
That's good.
Don't lie. And you know what? You can open the case and hold her and maybe apologize.
Might need to do that.
I have to.
And this is back to content creation then.
Dolls are just really scary.
That is true, but luckily we have Opera 1 R2, a mouse video
Animated browser.
Bleh.
Man, Peggy.
Sponsor me, Opera, then we'll talk.
We got equipment. They just gave us the key. Here we go.
I don't know if I'm gonna look.
It's a cool key.
Hi Peggy, we're back. We're going to do a little investigation because we just want to learn your story.
Hi, Peggy. We come here with the utmost respect, and we just want to learn more about your story, and hope you will talk to us today.
Good way of doing it. Good.
Should I close the door?
Sure.
What if we just got locked in here?
Oh my god. What's crazy is there's so many other scary ass dolls too. Honestly,
Those
they
are
look
just
scarier
gross.
than Peggy itself.
Yeah, they do.
Is it weird that these dolls are creepy, right? But this one right here is the creepiest doll. Because it looks so normal, yet it's like in such a way, formed in such a way, it's even creepier. What's his feet? What the hell? Like, every doll here is like, oh, they're creepy, but kind of cool, you know, kind of creepy, gothic kind of vibes. This one just looks like a normal doll. And to me, this one's more haunted than any of these dolls already.
They're scary ass dolls too. Honestly, they look scarier than Peggy itself.
Yeah, they do. Oh,
Whoa!
wait.
What the fuck was that?
Why did that shut so fast?
I don't know. Well,
I swear to God.
does it auto shut?
Maybe. Wait, let me see. Probably, right? Okay, maybe my backpack. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think my backpack was on this, and then I walked this way.
Obviously, guys, as you can tell, we're on edge.
Do you really want to open the case and hold her?
Oh, yeah,
Because
true
I
that.
do not
Normal dolls
let
look scary.
people do that. I ain't doing that for just this camera stuff. If you guys want to do it, you guys came to my museum before, and I had mad respect for you guys. I think you guys do excellent investigations. The way that you did the investigation at the museum was just supreme. And if anybody was to do
That's a good
this,
compliment,
I would want
actually.
you guys to do it. I just believe that could be a lot easier for an attachment on you guys.
And you believe that can happen through a screen as well?
That's the weird phenomenon. When I would edit Demon House and things like this, things would happen to not only me, but to my editors. Not only the editors, but news stations that were running Demon House stuff would then contact me. I think it was NBC here. They said their entire operating room of editing equipment, everything went down.
The really interesting but horrifying part about Peggy is she's so powerful.
That is a phenomenon. I still stand by what I say. But okay, let's say this is a demon spirit. Let's say this is like the demonic house, right? It had demons in it. So if a spirit is very demonic, could the energy resonate through? I don't think so. I've watched, read, dealt with so many horror things, and I've read and watched many people that have gone through the same thing and not experienced a single thing. But let's say there's a chance that there is a very specific demon that can affect with things like that. Is that possible? Yes. Is it Peggy the doll? No, I don't think so. But with the demonic house, I could see that maybe being very specific. Interesting. I don't think Peggy the doll is one of them.
Powerful that she can even haunt those that look her in the eyes through a screen. Yes, that means all of you guys watching at home, if you look Peggy in the eyes, you could be affected by her.
If a little girl has a pure soul, right? That demon wants that pure soul. So that demon wants to inject itself into the girl.
Alright guys, this is the part of the video where we are going to show Peggy with her eyes unblurred, so viewer discretion is advised. If you guys want to look at Peggy, you can, but warning, bad luck or health problems could occur, and we're warning you now, it's completely up to you if you want to look, but should we look for the first time right now?
Well, you got your warning, Chad. Damn, put it right on the eyes, eh?
Oh my god. Ooh, you got chills, man, for sure.
I mean, she definitely has like an energy to her.
Maybe we should do the writing planchette first and then open her up.
Let's do it.
We have writing plan.
Okay. How did I feel looking in her eyes? Even with everything I stand, it was still kind of nerve-wracking. Because it's kind of like, okay, what's say the chances of it being real? They're doing it. Oh no, I thought they were doing a Ouija board for a second. I was like, okay, well that's dumb. Energy levels. There's something there. Now, I would be very polite if I was there in person. Being a doll and whatnot as well. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to think on how, if something can be used, can be transmitted through electrical waves. I mean, energy is energy, but it's not really doable in that way. It has to be through self-awareness and trying to connect with the doll. If it is a legit haunted, let's say the doll is a legit haunted doll. It doesn't know that you exist. It doesn't know that you are even around unless you put yourself out there, right? So the only thing I can think of is like what I was saying earlier with it's three things. A placebo effect by looking at the doll, because you're looking at the doll and then you start thinking something's going to happen, so it does, right? Placebo effect. 2, a self-haunting. You start thinking that, oh, this doll is going to happen, thus bringing this energy in the house, thus creating another haunting around your house, or kicking up the spirits that do exist. Or 3, it's doing the beacon thing, right? It's you put yourself out there towards it, and now it can latch on, right? But those percentage chances of happening are less than 1%. Like, it's not 0, but it's less than 1. Meaning you have a higher chance of being struck by lightning right now in your house than you do getting affected by the spirit. So the amount of people saying they're affected by the spirit is interesting to me. I honestly feel like if Sam and Colby believed it as well, they wouldn't have showed it on camera. So it almost feels like a thing. Now, regardless, real or fake, or how it would do, I would still be very polite and respectful to Peggy, because spirits and entities deserve to have that, yeah? You can't make eye contact with Peggy, so the owner will charge extra if you go in as a person, and tip alone already costs a lot. That's true. For some reason, when I hear of Peggy, I can't help but think of Peggy, the European video game content rating system. Peggy E for everyone. I think of Peggy Hill. King of the Hill.
Right here, we have our EMF rope now on, and that will detect all around us if there's any EMF energy going off, which right now there's something going off on one of these dolls. Holy shit.
Oh, on just the doll?
Boom. For some reason, this specific doll is making it go off.
When I went up there the other
Those
day,
dolls
I said,
could
"Hey,
also
can
be
you
haunted
tell us
as
your
well."
name?" She goes, "Lily." And Lily is the doll on the bottom floor that is looking up to her. And there was something that happened with Lily a few months ago.
Imagine Peggy isn't the one that's haunted, but it's Lily the whole time, and she's pissed that Peggy's getting all of this information, all this like show and showmanship and stuff like that, but it's Lily. That's a true, like, really haunted doll. No wonder she's mad.
Is like, it's a lot. They'll just say somebody that was there during a very scary event is no longer here.
Oh, wow.
The guides here at the museum got us this. This is what they call a dead bell. It detects EMF energy.
Oh, that's
kind of
cool.
A major spike, it will ring the dead bell. So we're gonna put this bell right in front of Peggy. So for some reason,
cool.
she's active. She'll do that.
Tonight, our goal is to figure out what truly haunts Peggy, because when Zach Bagans encountered Peggy for the first time, he was swarmed by flies, which is a sign of demonic infestation.
I want to see the video of that.
We want to find out what Peggy or
Gotta be one, right?
haunter want to tell the world.
We're trying to figure out what Peggy is. Like a troubled little girl, or is it like a demonic entity who's taking over Peggy as like a vessel?
Kind of like what Zach was saying. Some believe there are multiple spirits in Peggy. Some believe Peggy is just a human spirit that's angry. Most believe Peggy is a demon. Peggy, if you want to tell us, now is your chance.
Or if there's any other entities in here that can hear us, feel free to come through as well. Obviously, it looks like something's going crazy with this doll.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
Definitely
Riku.
energies in this room with us.
Wow! Oh my god.
Wait, that was not you, right?
No, I did not do that, dude. Right as we were about to start. Oh my god. We were just talking that entire time. And then, yeah, right as we were about to begin, it's like, hey, I'm here. That was perfectly on time. That's so creepy.
That's legit activity.
Might be here.
Or whatever's controlling her.
That's very interesting. So the reason why people are afraid of dolls and stuff like that is because it's a vessel that's unclaimed, right? An ideal of a doll is, especially when it looks very humanoid or used with human parts, is that it is a doll that is a vessel that has got an empty soul in it. It's got a space for it, so things can easily possess it. The things that we see a lot, though, is that dolls, once possessed, can't be left, almost like the vessel traps them in. And thus wise, a lot of times, dolls can't... A lot of times, any spirit of any kind, demon or not, can't affect you too much far from the distance. Unless it's like, you know, leeching onto that energy. But like, for the most case, it can't affect you. That's why you want to like cleanse yourself all the time and stuff like that, so that way you don't have that like that strain of like energies in places that it shouldn't be, right? And thus it's attachments and whatnot, right? But because they are locked into a certain place, usually an anchor due to amount of how far they can go is a different thing. But usually like, once you're in a doll, they're like trapped in that doll, and depending on how much energy they have, they can affect you far enough away from that doll. So that's why people are freaked out. 2, yeah, dolls are freaky, man. Fuck dolls. But they're not like, I'm not terrified by them or scared by them, but dude, fuck dolls. 2, I love that bell. That's a really cool thing. I want to know how it breaks down and works. That's really cool.
Planchette is us actually moving it. We are subconsciously just going with the flow.
Yeah.
So
Is it? I'll look into it.
Yeah. What was that?
Oh my god. And then behind you. It's going off. What the fuck? Where's your phone?
Right here. I'm gonna put it away.
Yeah, put that over there.
I have chills everywhere.
This just got so much more real.
Peggy, again, we come with respect. We don't really know who you are, but our main question
I'd go see
is,
Robert
can you
the doll, yeah.
describe what type of entity you are. Are you Peggy, the little girl that everyone says you might be?
What is that?
Oh my god, the camera just fucking moved. What the hell? Oh my god.
I'm genuinely scared, dude.
I don't even know what to say.
Peggy, please understand that we are doing this to share your story. Do not give us any bad luck. We are just trying to help show the world exactly who you are.
Oh my god, dude, I'm like sweating now.
This is so scary. Dude. Footsteps?
Deep footsteps right outside.
Peggy, you have obviously shown yourself already. You are here with us. You show us with this writing planchette what type of entity you truly are.
Peggy, what are your intentions?
Dude, that'd be so loud in Sam's ear. And the fact that it keeps going off too by itself, not like there's no batteries or anything in it either. It's reading like electromagnetic fields, it looks like. And like the stronger the field, the more pull it gets on. That's cool. Actually, is listed as one of the most commonly used ghost Really? I've never heard of it. Damn, I'm behind on my ghost tools. There's a lot of activity happening. The camera shake, legit. The bell, legit. The EMF rope, legit. Like, all this seems like legit. And this is Sam and Colby actually ghost hunting. This is why I like Sam and Colby. They're actually ghost hunting. And their reactions here at this moment are not high. This is them ghost hunting. And this is like very, actually, pretty good ghost hunting right here.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
Peggy, can you draw out a symbol or something that will tell us who you are?
Oh my god.
That's gotta be right in his ear.
It's doing 3s.
Oh, it's like a door slam.
Uh-huh.
There's
There's something activity happening outside.
Peggy?
Peggy?
This has to be one of the scariest investigations we've ever done.
Oh,
Ever.
100%. It's just like going off non-stop now, ever since we started writing Planchette.
Peggy, we're just trying to get your story out here. Voices. Where? I don't know. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that.
Again, a house full of haunted items, hauntings, and stuff like that.
Guys, this is what it drew out. We'll throw a picture on the screen. It'd be like 4 or like a T. That's like really insane.
Couple things. Weird to use a planchette, but 2, this house is full of haunted items, so a lot of stuff that's going off may not just be Peggy, but the bell, they asked her, they opened up the door, they said, can you do this, can you do that, and then she did. So I say it as a response to Peggy. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
We're gonna try it one more time. Once again, if you can draw something or write something out for us, Peggy, tell us who you are. What type of entity are you?
Help us move this planchette to draw a symbol.
yeah, true that,
picture,
V.
show
We need to
who you
refresh all
are,
that
what
too,
your
so.
intention is.
We didn't see it in action either, so this is cool seeing it in action. I'd use that. The less electronics
Peggy,
and
are you
something, the more I
showing
want to
us
use
exactly
it.
your intention?
Can't be manipulated.
Please.
It almost looked like the alchemic sign of sulfur
Whoa,
at
What
first.
is that? Dude, it almost looks like the same as this, except just like bubble letters. What is that?
Something.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. We'll throw it up on screen right now.
Looks like an
could be a
intestine.
cross to me.
It's weird that both of them were kind of like the same symbol.
Do you think if it is a cross, that could mean like it's a holy thing?
Maybe. Oh my god.
She's wearing a cross.
A lot of people
I wonder. Okay, so there's a lot of alchemic symbols that kind of look like that, though. Of course, it's crude. That symbol's crude. Looks like sulfur. There could be a lot of. Let's see. I have a few books if I had time to look into them. There's a lot of sigils in demonic language, but also like names that have like very simplified letters as well, which would be interesting. I mean, it could be a cross as well. It could be a few things, but that's very interesting. I think alchemy, in alchemy, it's sulfur, I think is what it is. I have to double check, but it's very interesting. Oh, cool. 2 girls, 1 ghost. What a fucking podcast name. That's what I should check out to learn more about the bell. Interesting. Goes true this during the night investigation. Exactly. Big detail too. That's how it looks.
Like
Pretty cool.
cross. We got a lot of things in the obelisk walking up here about like unholiness. Something has to do with the cross, but I don't know if it's a good thing. But there is one way to find out.
Zach Bagans himself actually gave us permission to take her out of her exhibit and hold her. Maybe this experience will allow us
Could be
to
a few
feel the
things funny,
true
man.
energy that Peggy has that nobody else has felt before.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans of Sam and Colby, I hereby give this opportunity to Sam and Colby to officially open the case of Peggy the doll and hold her. After that, it's all on you.
That was cool. That was cool.
It's time to take her out of the exhibit.
So that's alchemy of sulfur. Okay, I wasn't right. There is another sigil though that looks right. I mean, that could the bottom part. So it's not sulfur. What is it? There is a sigil in alchemy. I don't want to spend time and look it up. It could be a planet even. There, I know there's a sigil in alchemy. I'm gonna look it up while we're watching this for a second. So while they're getting this part going, hold on.
Ready?
Happy holidays, Kali. How you doing?
Oh my god. I think it's harder to breathe already.
Peggy, again, we don't mean to disrespect you at all. We come here just to hear your story. That's all we want to do. I'm going to reach in here. I'm going to grab you, but I'm asking you to not attach yourself to me at all. Do not give me any health problems. Do not give me any bad luck.
Seriously though, remember what Zach said. This is serious. It's one thing to investigate around Peggy. It's another thing.
Kind of looks
to
like
look around
vinegar,
and
but it's not
nobody-
it. There's another sigil.
Nobody actually holds Peggy the doll.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's try to make this quick.
Okay. Before he does it, it has a mixture of looking like 10, lead. There's something as well. There's other symbols as well. But I mean, 10 looks like this. Here you go. You see that 4 right there? But that's kind of... This isn't even the right symbols I'm looking at either. So the sulfur also looks like the Leviathan cross as well, but there's also lead right there in the corner. But like, there's other sigils that look more accurate to what they showed there, and not one of the base elements for sure. There's also star signs as well that kinda... Well, it depends on what alchemy you're looking at as well, because this alchemy paper says this is lead right here. You can kind of see it right there, the little, right there where my finger is. That's a Zazel symbol, or the sigil of Saturn, depending on what you're looking at. A sigil of Saturn. Not the sigil of Saturn. Yeah, this one seems... this one's different, because it says mortar is the Leviathan cross, so that last one was not correct, actually. Yeah, there's sulfur. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's definitely Saturn. Yeah, okay, and here's another sigil of Saturn right here that kind of looks like it. Right about here. See where my finger is? So, there's definitely a bunch of sigils and stuff like that. I need to pull out my alchemic book. I wouldn't trust sigils on the internet because there's so much cross-referencing that's wrong and right. Especially when people like believe so heavily that, oh no, I'm right and the books are wrong. There's a lot of that as well. But I do have books that are actually like doctrine written based off of like alchemy and demonology and stuff like that. And I would trust those. That I can open up, but I do know there's sigils. You can do research yourself and see. There's a lot of different shapes when it comes to like demonic names as well, as you can see. And I mean, it could be a part of one if it was trying to spell its name out. I mean, like Fegru, Nostratus. I mean, there's a bunch, and there's the Lords of Hell and stuff like that. So I mean, it's very possible. Could be something like that, or it could just been like, you know, unconsciously drawing as well. So there's a whole bunch. I mean, it could even be fucking air. Apparently, this for this doctrine, it says this is an air sigil right here. So who knows? Look it up. Yeah, there's a whole bunch here before they open it up. There's a whole bunch. I mean, I'm gonna be real with it. Like, it could just be their brain, but there are a lot of sigils that connect to that. Here's
who you are.
Oh my god, dude.
Hey,
Zach Bagans himself.
She's wearing a cross. A lot of people want a little picture to show who you are and what your intention is.
this is like the second sigil.
This must be one of the scariest investigations we've ever done.
100%. It's just like going off non-stop now, ever since we started writing Planchette.
Hey, we're just trying to get your story out here. Voices. I don't know. Did you hear that?
The fucking YouTube search bar is a bitch to see. There you go.
Guys, this is what it drew out.
Kinda, yeah, you can kind of see this. All right. And again, it could be very much like different sigils. I could definitely see air, though. Like, I don't know what this is. Sigil 17C. In there. See it? So maybe, but I mean, I don't know what that would say about anything other than the fact that it's, you know, knowledgeable about alchemy. If that's the case. Air would be like a weird spirit, though.
Yeah, but nobody. It's harder to breathe already.
Sam and Colby to officially open the case.
Oh wait, good
Peggy
morning.
the doll and hold her. After that,
It's like a 4,
on you.
but the 4 part is lower.
It's time to take her out of the exhibit. Are we ready?
Let's do it. Oh my god.
I'm
It's hard
tired.
to breathe already.
Peggy, again, we don't mean to disrespect you at all. We come here just to hear your story. That's all we want to do.
It's kinda cool they have
We're really
markings
here
on where
to
she's
you,
at
but
so
I'm
they can
asking you
see
to not attach yourself to
what's
me at
moved
all.
and
Do
whatnot.
not give me any health problems. Do not give me any bad luck.
Seriously though, remember what Zach said. This is serious. It's one thing to investigate around Peggy. It's another thing to look her in the eye, but nobody actually holds Peggy the doll.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's try to make this quick.
Oh.
eyes.
Oh, fuck.
That scared me.
And then they open back up. Whoa, what do you feel?
This is almost like a surreal moment.
She's finally out of the exhibit. This is a historical moment for sure.
I feel strangely calm. She's a lot lighter than expected. I'm getting like a weird feeling that she
Do
was
not
just
drop her.
misunderstood. Like she was misunderstood in life and in the afterlife.
One way to find out, though.
Let's go. Congrats, CNT. Ooh, an Estes method. Okay.
I'm gonna make Sam hold Peggy's hand. I'm gonna hold her just like this, so it's creating a circuit.
Touch Peggy, like on her arm, and touch the spirit box.
Like a conduit.
Yeah, I'm giving you like directions to like get the most easiest attachment.
It's interesting.
You guys are here for a reason, right?
I mean, that's what scientists do. It's interesting that he's never done any of this. With all the haunted items he's had, it's interesting he's never done. I feel like if I owned a place like that, I would be testing each item and seeing what each one has. I feel like him telling this, I'm like, I'm surprised he hasn't done himself, being, you know, the ghost hunter man, right? So I don't know.
Right?
All right, were we just
I'm
communicating
interested in
with
this
you,
as
Peggy,
well.
with the writing planchette? Was that you?
He's back around the world.
Around the world. Who's back? Is there somebody else in this room?
People.
How many entities or people are there in this room?
About 5.
5. What were you trying to draw us using the writing planchette? Do all these 5 spirits here possess Peggy? Are you all using Peggy as a vessel? Why do you use Peggy as a vessel?
Target.
Target other people? How many spirits use Peggy as a vessel?
Me.
Me? So maybe just one?
I lead.
What are your intentions? Why do you need Peggy?
Attraction?
Are you trying to attract people towards you? Do you enjoy that you're part of a museum?
This room.
Attract people to this room. But what's your intention? Why do you want people to come to this room? Is it true that you're
This is a good question.
It's known that Peggy gives people bad luck or health problems. Is that your intention? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Are you the only spirit controlling Peggy? It says it leads, but maybe there's something else.
No.
Who else is controlling Peggy?
Can't do it.
Whoever's leading is overpowering.
This is
something
like-
controlling Peggy.
I just hear a bunch of laughing.
It could be who
He's leading off in different directions now, but where he was very focused for a while and had really good questions for it.
Peggy was in real life, and or a demonic entity in the afterlife who just took control.
Haha, been waiting for.
How long do you plan to be with Peggy? Are you trapped in her forever?
Not now. Key. There's 2.
Your only intention is just to do bad things to people, but why? What do you
Looking for
get out of
keys, but
doing
only
this?
found 2, but he needs
New
2.
home.
New home? Oh, it's looking for an attachment. Have you ever been taken out of your box before?
This is it.
This is the only time. Looking for a new home?
Last time.
There's no fucking way it's saying that. Are you trying to attach yourself to us right now?
You stupid.
I'm not talking to whatever malevolent entity is here. I'm talking to actually Peggy, the Peggy in real life. Is there something trying to harm us? Does something want to attach itself?
I walk away.
Okay, we can't do this anymore. This is not good.
Oh, fuck.
Just like we researched, there's 2 entities haunting Peggy. Its whole purpose is having bad intentions and getting people to come to the museum so that it can attach itself to as many people as possible and spread this negativity.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what Zach said. He was
Exactly.
like, dude, like, you were literally setting yourself up, and especially by us holding hands and stuff. He said that was, like, literally the way to get an attachment. Oh my god, wait. Remember? I don't
I like how it said you're stupid. It definitely has very demonic vibes when it comes to its conversation. Doesn't mean it is fully demonic though, for sure. But it's very interesting in the sense of it being like, oh, you're stupid, you're doing dumb shit, like you're about to like get like I'm coming, you know. I'm leading and I want to move to another source, right? Because I'm sure it doesn't want to be in a doll forever. Especially since if that entity is very much like that, it could very much be that's what I'm looking for. It could very much be it definitely has a vibe of a lower demonic in the sense of usually the noteds are higher demonics are very like more pronounced, more like you will fall, stuff like that, you know. Very pronounced on the way of saying things. but it definitely has like kind of like that attitude of like, yeah, you're not going to hurt me, which is very much kind of like I'm going to come for you. Like it's either a very cocky spirit or, you know, very powerful in one way or another. And it definitely, if it's wanting to do is trying to spread its negativity throughout and affect people, it's getting fed. So I don't know. It's all theories. There's nothing that I can fully confirm in any way yet of any kind, but it's very interesting.
I don't know where exactly we learned this. I think it was from the Conjuring house. But lower back pain while doing an investigation is one of the
I had
first
that
signs of
happen to me as well.
Hey, thank you for talking with us, but you cannot attach yourself to us. You cannot go home with us. You must stay here in the museum.
You have to stay here. And to the real life Peggy, thank you so much for communicating. Thank you for all the answers that you've given us tonight. But again, nothing evil possessing this doll can follow us home or harm us in any way.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, Peggy. Thank you.
Bye.
Now my favorite part of the trip, time to see Robert. Let's go.
All right, easier.
Alright guys, so there's actually a second point to this video that I'm kind of trying to keep away from Colby.
This always fucking happens.
I just thought because if we are going to the 3 most haunted dolls in the world, it would be the perfect opportunity to create the most powerful environment that we've ever been in. Like, if there's ever a time that we're going to prove the paranormal, it's this. I am trying to get that moment where someone like causes me to levitate or throws me up against a wall or something like that. And I think that's this opportunity. We know that Peggy will haunt people through a photo or a video. And we know that Robert curses people who takes photos. So my plan is to take a picture of both these next haunted dolls and bring them to Annabelle. Hopefully combine the energy of all 3 haunted dolls and see what happens.
That's kind of
I have
fucked,
no idea if
but
that's gonna do anything, but if we're gonna do this.
that's kind of fucked. But also, especially not telling Colby, that's very fucked. But a very good experiment. Good luck, man. Damn. That's crazy.
Let's go big. Sorry, Colby, you're gonna see this in the future. Alright. What's up, Peggy? Real quick, I have Polaroid photos, so while he's packing up, I'm gonna do a really quick picture and take it with us. Say cheese.
I'm thinking theories. Okay, he's not there. I figured he was in Florida.
Key West, Florida, to revisit our old friend Robert the doll, which may or may not be the worst decision we'll ever make.
I mean, remember last time we were in this very hallway, you were dry heaving everywhere?
I almost just throw up.
Yeah. If you take a photo of Robert the doll without permission, you will be cursed until you apologize. Just to prove that, the museum has received over 10,000 apology letters from those who disrespected Robert. Some of these curses include sickness, car accidents, career setbacks, and even relationship problems.
But specifically, Robert is known to give you cancer. Yeah, we may or may not have had one of the worst years of bad luck in our entire lives, which is why we came back to apologize to Robert himself.
And to figure out how involved he really was in all of those horrible experiences. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
They say he's the world's most haunted doll. 1904, he arrives in Key West from Germany, and he's given as a gift to a little boy. That was Robert Eugene Otto. The boy becomes obsessed with the doll. He gives him
So
his name,
Robert
Robert.
becomes possessed by the Robert? Damn.
Spending hours a day
It possesses
talking to each
Robert.
other. The Otto family even said that they would hear 2 distinct voices, one that was childlike, but then one that was deep and raspy.
Whenever Gene would do something bad or get in trouble, he would blame it on Robert the doll, which is a big theory of why Robert has become negative over time.
And his catchphrase becomes, I didn't do it, Robert did it.
At night, Gene's parents would hear furniture moving around, and when they came into the room, they would find their kid crying and cowering in the corner. Some stories even say that the parents witnessed their own son being pinned
What happened
down
to the kid, I
bed by
wonder?
Robert. Doors would close on their own, silverware would be warped, and some even believe that when they look Robert in the eyes, his facial expression changes.
The school kids used to go by the house, and they'd look up and they'd see Robert in the window moving around on his own.
In the last decade of Gene's life, he would spend most of his time alone in the attic talking to Robert the Doll. Robert the Doll was Gene's best friend in life.
Damn,
and
his
now
whole
maybe in the
life?
afterlife.
Oh my god, that's
He was
something.
donated to this museum in 1994 and has been locked away ever since.
Footprints have even been spotted leading away from Robert's glass case, meaning there's a possibility that Robert is walking around in this museum at 3 a.m. Our guy
I don't know
David
about
has gotten
that.
so many attachments from working with Robert that he claims
He's
to
getting a
have
glass
levitated
case.
5 feet
He'd
off
still
the ground.
physically have to get out of the glass case.
He's in that case right there.
Oh god.
Dude, I'm not kidding. My heart is like genuinely pounding.
I would be scared as Colby, even if what happened to him wasn't legit because of Robert the Doll. I would still have PTSD over the fact that that could have happened enough to where you didn't want to go through that again. Like, that would be terrifying, especially the hell he went through.
A lot of horrific things that happened after we made that mistake. We were just kind of pushing every boundary.
I'm not saying that Robert was the one that gave us such bad luck in 2023, but if there is a chance that he did, we're about to come face to face with him again.
Hopefully Lex is
Yeah,
this time.
exactly.
The whole goal of coming back here is to get back on his good side so it doesn't happen again.
We can't disrespect him. For everybody watching at home, if you do not want to look at Robert, this is your warning right now.
We won't show him, but just throughout this video,
We're not taking
we warn
photos of him,
he is one
so-
the cursed people who would take pictures or film him without permission. Robert, we're going to take off
And
this
we're not
covering
filming him,
before
so-
we come face to face with you once again. We just want to say that we come here with the utmost respect. We want answers. We want to apologize. But firstly, we want to ask your permission to film you, film our experiences, film our interaction and our conversation with you tonight. So, with your permission, we'll proceed.
Okay, ready? This is fucked.
How did you get his permission? He didn't say yes. That's one of those things you say, if you do not want us to film you right now, can you give us a sign? Can you do something? Because if you say we come here for permission and then just do, wonder if he says no, you're gonna get worse luck, you know?
3, 2, 1.
I weirdly like his shirt. It reminds me of the early 2000s. Yo, look at that fear and trauma in his face. Yeah, that boy went through some hell, man.
This one feels different.
If Robert was the one who affected us in our personal lives so deeply, we cannot mess around. This is the most powerful, darkest thing we've ever encountered. I can't even think about it. It's so scary.
Well, again, in order not to get cursed, we can't film or take pictures of him without his permission. So I say first thing. we
Okay,
ask
well,
him
they're
if he
still
wants
trying to go
talk
for the
to us
permission.
and
Okay.
who he wants to talk to tonight.
Okay,
Guys,
fair.
I actually came out here to give you an update on my plan. Not only am I going to take another photo of Robert with the Polaroid camera tonight, I have something new. When we left Vegas, I brought 2 voodoo dolls of ourselves.
What
They
the
literally
fuck?
have Colby and I's faces on it. We actually use this on our React channel. We like opened it up and put it in a demo box. But these are not just random regular dolls. They were made specifically
more
to
right.
hold our spirits. I brought these for a special
What an interesting thing, actually. V found this sigil that looks kind of like the sigil we saw. Wait, is that Castiel? That's not Castiel. That's not the angel. That's not supernatural. Lord of Conspirators. That would be an interesting, like, is that that's not an angel. That's a demon, right? Just to clarify, right? That's an angel. The angel that appears in Jewish, Christians, and Islamic mythics and magical work. Castiel is often depicted as the angel Saturn. He's one. Castiel is the angel of Wednesday, of Thursday, or whatever. Castiel is is an archangel. Okay, I don't. Yeah, Castiel. Yeah, okay, but Castiel was an archangel. The Castiel name is suspected, but some say the means speed of God, leap of God, drawn together by God, or wrath of God. That's crazy. Oh my God, the archangels are based off of the 7 planets before they knew there was 9 or 8. I guess it'd be 7 other planets. Oh my God. Okay, anyway, well, no, because Lucifer was the sun, the North Star. Fallen Star? What is it? Morning Star. Yeah, Morning Star. Which is considered the North Star. Or one of them. Before it fell. I'm just now putting stuff amazing. I put stuff together. Okay, anyways. Yeah, there's a lot of Archangel stuff, but Lord of all conspirators. I wonder if Castiel is a fallen. If you're finding him in a demonology book, but there's a lot of Archangel stuff about him as well. There's a lot of demonic stuff about him as well. Equivalently to Enochian, I guess, is a better way of putting it. Lord of Conspiracy. I wonder if he is a demon. He's told everyone he was an archangel. Crazy, right? Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But that would make sense. Okay, either way, demon. Let's go on the line of demon for this spirit, right? For this thing inside. What's its face? What's her face, right? That would make sense. She wants to create conspiracies. That's where she gets her power. She keeps creating conspiracies and things that do not actually work or make sense. Therefore, she gets her power from people believing that it's real. And so she says she treats people and acts like it is. Thus, getting the power of conspirators, right? Because none of it might be real, but because people believe it is, it's becoming real, thus becoming a conspiracy, thus becoming getting her fed. That would be interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, archangels. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Samael. Which is Lucifer. Zadriel, Thaviel, Azrael, Angel of Death, Camiel, and Josephiel. Yeah. Wait, there's more than 7 archangels. But besides the point, why is this saying archangel? Okay. Like, all of these links are based off the archangel Castiel. But I don't remember him ever being part of the archangels. And then you got one that's like a demon lord. And obviously the Jinn demon lord. But like, that's so interesting that the internet is like wild. Like between the two. Geralt of Rivia. I'm sorry, that's Wish Geralt of Rivia. Is it not real? Like it could be like Cassie, like maybe it's okay, is this fiction? Is that why? Nope. I guess it's not really fact either, but like, is it a fallen? I don't understand. Are there different archangels in like the Jewish religion? I thought it was all the same. I'm learning too, Chad. See, even though I've been a parapsychologist for 17 years and studied religion and culture and all kinds of shit, I'm learning too, man. All the time. That's interesting. Huh. Also, yes, Warframe 1999 is fucking amazing. I'm glad you finally beat it. Let's fucking go, buddy. What'd you think about it? I fucking loved it a lot. I enjoyed it so much. And playing and I want to get back into it and finish it up. Also, the voodoo doll thing, bad idea. Especially if you're afraid. Okay, also fuck you, Colby, Sam, because like Colby is freaked out of this area a lot and having a lot of issues. Doesn't want to be attached at all by Robert because he wants to kind of leave all that in the past. And you leaving voodoo dolls here and doing stuff with the voodoo dolls Worst idea, especially with Robert. Just saying. And very dick
Hopefully
move.
what happens is I'm
This is a part of Sam and Colby I hate
able
anymore.
to use both this
Good for
picture
content, but
and the
shitty.
Robert the Doll picture to haunt the dolls and bring the voodoo dolls over
Because
to
what voodoo dolls are for, they're for connecting to the, and it's kind of like what I mentioned earlier, where connecting energy, like you basically put yourself inside of a doll, and like the energy that connects into the doll also connects to redirects to the person that exists, right? It's creating that quantum energy connection, right? So if you're going to leave, like, say you're trying to do stuff to the dolls, it will still affect you if done correctly. And those could be legit. And like taking that opportunity, that chance is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Just saying. Like, especially the fact that you don't want to have any kind of connection with him as well.
Annabelle to create the biggest paranormal storm ever created. I need this. I want to prove it to you guys. I want to push the bar. This is an opportunity that I cannot pass up.
Alright guys, so we got...
I don't blame him for doing that, but the voodoo dolls, that's fucking stupid. And like, especially messing with Colby like this, man. But two, he should have talked to Colby about it.
Sam's gonna be using the music box, I'm gonna be using the static box, and we're gonna let Robert choose who he wants to talk to under the SS method tonight.
Robert, if
That's
you
cool.
would like to
I like
speak with
those.
one of us tonight, you can do so by showing us. If you walk right next to me, I'll be able to know that you want to talk to me. If you want to go up to this device in front of Colby, we'll know that you want to talk to him.
Wasn't Robert possessed by two spirits?
That's not the demonic
Many a
sigils.
theory, but we can actually talk to the owner here later about like the
I need to
theories
do more
of what he
research on
thinks is going
Castiel
on.
and
I just thought about
see.
this. We haven't come in and apologized
Castiel.
to him yet, so maybe he's still angry with us.
Well, Robert, we are planning on apologizing and having a deeper conversation
That's
with
some
you.
baggy
Now's your chance
shorts.
To show us who you want to talk to specifically.
Like very baggy shorts.
Dude, I remember last time I was here too. I did an investigation right there by myself. It's just crazy to like think back on all those memories and realize how far we've come. And
Look
just
how
like a
young
year and a
Colby
half.
looks there.
How
Or
much
Sam
has
looks
changed in
there.
our lives since Robert the Doll first video. Robert, if there is a big part of you that doesn't want to talk to us tonight, you can give us a different sign rather than coming up to one of our pieces of equipment. But if you would like to talk to us, walk on either side or make something move on either side of your case.
What if he's still upset? Like you said, like what if he just doesn't even want to entertain a conversation? He's like, oh, it's these guys again. They came and like disrespected me last time.
I mean, he could be still angry. We don't know. It might be a good idea to start with an apology rather than starting with this investigation.
I didn't even tell you this, but I wrote a letter.
You wrote like an actual letter?
Again, I'm not saying that he caused all of the bad things that happened in my life in 2023, but if he did, like I just wanted to be safe and cover myself.
Maybe we need to start with the apology before we do any further investigation.
Yeah. You guys know what happened to me in 2023. Do you believe that Robert the Doll cursed me?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, the intention of your guys' video was to come in and see if he would do it. And I think you opened yourself up.
When I was writing the book about Robert, I started having issues. My life became hell, and I came up to the museum with a psychic. She told me, Robert's telling me he wants to give you cancer. Right when she said that, I felt like somebody took a knife and jammed it into my groin. It was so painful, I had to go outside. So when I saw what happened to you, it took me back then. I'm like, absolutely, this is Robert's way of doing it. And he's doing it to you instead. And listen, I think your ride's just starting because you've given them a new level of power. You've given them a lot of energy because a lot of people have seen what you're doing with Robert.
Sometimes people get in car trouble, their flights get canceled, but you guys invited millions of people to see this.
Right.
And now I think these dark entities look at you as a partner in crime.
Let's have a fun little theory of like, say all of this is like legit, all of this is 100% true. I don't believe it, but let's say it is, right? Facts and knowledge and understanding doesn't state it when it comes to the paranormal society, but let's say it is. And say it's all legit. If that's the case, they're literally like building up an army of dolls that can travel across like dimensions. And like wonder if like they're being called to it to do so because they have the power to. And all these dolls that are revisiting are ones that have already been visited. But also it's very interesting.
What did
I don't
you
believe
think
that's a
of
thing, but it's
that?
like,
That was
imagine.
Kidding? Like before we do anything else, we have to apologize.
This is really fucked.
That's messed up. When it comes to like my personal life, and to hear him saying that, yes, I without a doubt believe that that happened to you because of Robert.
And that he says the curse is not.
I get where that guy is coming from. But man, that's shitty to say to someone.
If not even getting worse.
I can't let something like that affect my mental health for the rest of my life, so I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna apologize, I'm gonna be completely sincere and honest with him that I do not want anything but to respect him, and I'm gonna pray to God and ask help from this child spirit to follow me for the rest of my life, because I'm not kidding, like, I didn't really think about the repercussions until right now. He literally just said, like, yes, this doll gave you cancer. In my head, I was always being like, well, maybe that was the thing, maybe, but like hearing somebody so confidently say, like, yes, dude, we have to take this seriously. Like, I need to go apologize. It sounded like there might be a glimpse of hope for me if I'm sincere about it and I really pour my heart into it. And that's what I did in this letter. So not kidding, before we do anything else tonight, any investigations, before I even like look him in the eyes again, I'm going to apologize right now.
I'm not convinced that an apology is going to be enough, and time will tell.
Do you have any recommendations on like what do you think would work?
To let the curse
Dude looks like Robert the doll.
Nate, who was here last night.
Well, I tell you, sincerity is the biggest part of it. I can see talking to you how freaked out you were by everything.
Oh, for sure.
If there's even that little bit of, I don't believe this, then... So I'd appeal to the child spirit and ask for protection and ask for the curse to be removed.
Time to do what we've flown all the way here to do. Try to lift a curse that's lasted for the last year and a half. You ready?
I'm ready.
Dear Robert, first off, I just want to say thank
Cancer's
you
a
for
scary
allowing
thing,
me
man.
to come visit you again. I acknowledge your power. I know you
I get
could've
why you'd
stopped
do
us
something
if
like
you really
this.
wanted to. So thank you. Thank you for giving me the chance to come back here and apologize to you. I hope we can make things right between us. Last year was by far the most difficult year of our entire lives. Everything changed for us, both for the better and for worse. When I was diagnosed with cancer in January of 2023, it didn't feel real. I was at my lowest physically, mentally, and emotionally. It was a wake-up call that even with everything I was going through, to realize I had to live my life to the fullest. My cancer journey was the toughest thing I've ever been through, but for all the pain that it also brought Sam and I closer than ever. It reminded me that I have the best friend anyone could ask for, and I'm proud to call him my brother for life. So Robert, I'm not sure if you cursed me or not, but I do know that everything happens for a reason. I know I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life and make the most of it, so here it is. Robert, I am so sorry that I disrespected you. I didn't understand your power and should have never taken that lightly. I'm truly, genuinely sorry. I really, really hope that you can accept my apology. Your friend, Colby.
Feel good?
Yeah, it feels a lot better, but I just really hope he accepts it. The fact that there's like a huge theory that he might be like a portal and there's just like constant dark energies that are attaching to him. I just hope like he knows, or whatever child spirit is with him takes that genuinely and seriously and protects you and I for the rest of our lives. Because with this haunted stuff, like, we never mean to disrespect. Yes, we push the line. Yes, we want to show as many of you guys watching this as possible that the paranormal is real, and so we do some crazy stuff. But when it comes to our personal life, and especially me getting cancer, it's no joke. Like, I I don't know. I just can't. I don't want to put myself in the mind space that could ever happen again. I feel better, but it's genuinely scary.
Maybe we just ask, what if we do an investigation, maybe do an Estes method, and just be frank with him. Just straight up, does he accept our apology or not? We aren't going to leave until we get an answer, just so you can make sure you feel good about this.
Okay. Some people believe that Robert is just a reflection of negativity that was generated from being blamed so much whenever Jean would do something wrong throughout childhood. Or maybe Robert is just a vessel because dolls closely resemble humans, which makes spirits want to attach to them.
But others
It's interesting that spirit, right? I mean, I'm sure it is part of it because it's a spirit. It didn't want you let Eugene go and let him go, because anywhere he took him, the spirit could go, right? But it's very interesting that a man through his entire life, looked like 60, 70 years old, was with that doll at all times. You'd think at some point he'd walk away. But the fact that he was with him the whole time, that's interesting. Shows some power to it regardless.
I think Robert is a portal.
Especially after, like, the hell he put him through.
Spirits to come through to the other side. But there might be a child spirit keeping this portal in check. Our guide David believes that there are multiple shadow entities protecting this child spirit if Robert ever feels disrespected.
People assume Robert's just one entity, but he's not. Certain psychics have come here and they said that there's a portal inside of Robert. And so you have this innocent child who is the main spirit. That's the daughter of Emmeline Abbott, who was the servant. But then you have these two main protectors. People describe them as these 8-foot-tall creatures. When you disrespect the child, it's almost like the child comes and tags you with a sticky tar. And then these guys come out and they latch onto you and they stay with you.
That was AI as fuck.
They'll affect your health.
It feels like a mob boss, a ghost.
Is to apologize.
This is what it feels
So we're
like.
about to do the Estes method, but as we were grabbing our equipment, the guides gave us a shot that was specifically made for Robert. They told us to take one and then go pour one for Robert. So we just did that. So if you guys want to see that whole process, us taking the shot and then apologizing again to Robert, go to exploreclub.com. Also on Explore Club, there's just tons of behind the scenes, lots of new investigations, live streams, giveaways, podcasts. We have so much content on there, so click down below, check it out.
It seems like he's growing stronger and that the curse is extending beyond.
So do you believe that he can curse people through a screen? Does he have that sort of power? Or is it mostly...
If people go out of their way to disrespect him and try to see if it's real, then yeah, I think he would be inclined to mess with them.
So if you do disrespect him, these shadow entities will follow you forever. Okay guys, it is now time for the Estes method. This is also the time that we are going to be showing Robert the Doll's face. So make sure you do not disrespect him if you don't want to be cursed.
This is our warning to you right now. We're going to show him in 3, 2, 1.
We have Colby's apology right here. We figured it'd make the most sense if Colby goes under and is the direct contact with Robert. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's see.
Let's do it.
It's like the 3 mob bosses of like the doll.
Robert, if we are talking
Paranormal.
to you and you would like to speak with us tonight, please let Colby know through these headphones, the spirit box. Robert or anybody with Robert, are you here?
Something's trying to talk.
We really wish to contact the spirit of Robert, possibly the spirit of Gene Otto. Is he here? Is there any other? Hi, thank you for talking with us. What kind of spirit are we talking to right now? Are you human or non-human? What type of spirit are we speaking with?
Friend? Is it like dude friend or something?
Thank you. Yeah, we want to talk to our friend Robert. If this
Someone has said in the interview about it.
the child spirit. That's exactly what David was talking about.
He left.
Robert, did you accept Colby's apology?
Fun.
We really want to talk to.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, we really want Robert to fully accept this apology. We don't know if you accepted it last time. Can you give some sort
You
of...
can't expect another level.
Robert, were you the one that cursed us last year? Did you cause the misfortune in 2023?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Robert, are you glad that we came back? We came back to apologize. Are you happy to see us?
Always.
Okay, that's good. So do you accept this apology? Colby really poured his heart out and was very, very sincere. Do you accept this apology?
Time will tell, I think.
What type of spirit are you?
Today on Try. Did you mean it?
We came here with the utmost respect just to apologize.
Don't lie to me.
No, we did. But we spent a long time writing out this letter, really thinking about it. We've been preparing for this.
God is trusting you.
I feel like he doesn't believe us.
What will happen if you don't accept our apology? Could it get any worse?
Just like laughter.
What will happen if I take a picture of you, Robert?
I dare you.
I've taken a picture of Peggy. I would love to bring a picture of you as well to the Annabelle doll. What do you think of that idea?
Faith.
I just want to prove something to the world. Will you help me do that?
I want to see if you'll help me show the world.
Jump in.
Do you know who Annabelle is?
Oh, I'll be there.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Robert. Are you scared?
It's all connected.
Everything's connected, or the dolls? Do you mean to say Peggy, you, and Annabelle, the three most haunted dolls in the world, are connected? Can you just confirm that?
It's powerful.
How are you guys connected? We heard from Peggy.
We're here from higher up. Oh my God. We're next to one and something.
We had to literally travel across the country.
Coming back for more, and I know.
Well, you know, we are coming back from Marvel. We came back to apologize. Do you like the power that our video has given you? The notoriety?
Searching for?
We're just searching for the answer. We're trying to figure out how to prove this to the world. Can you prove that to us, Robert?
If you believe. It's about intention.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Intention, believing. Like, we're gonna see everything come together. I think there is a powerful thing that can happen if we bring all three energies together.
Any final word? What do you have to say to Colby before we leave? Will you stay with him, or will you leave him alone once and for all?
Water.
We're surrounded by water right now.
Don't test me. For now. Good.
It's a good thing to not test him for now.
Hold.
It feels like a mob boss. I'm gonna say it again. Like, you want to come over here and and push my buttons, but you come here with an apology. I can forgive you for now, but if you fuck up again, that's the last straw kind of feeling, you know. When it comes to the other thing, it sounds like it really is interesting. The things it was saying is legit. It's all connected. All energy is connected. It can see, can transfer, can travel through all things, especially like I said earlier with the quantum connection. But and it's like it's all about intention. Your intention on what is happening can create these things to happen. Its intention, your intention, everything has intention, and that intention can transform and move and shape what reality is. So if your intention is to be protected and that these things can't affect you, it won't affect you. But if your intention that it will, then it will. So and so on. So you want to always have intention that you're protected. And this is will versus will at that point. Now, what that device is, that's a spirit box. It reads through radio waves of white and generates white noise, so that way it can create, it can pick up frequencies that we cannot hear with our ears, thus creating like how we hear spirits. Now, a lot of people, including Sam and Colby, for example, will leave it on a lower setting so it picks up radio as well. The spirit does not use radio to speak, as in if the radio goes today at 9, it's not going to a channel to say, oh, today at 9. No, you want it so fast that it barely picks up those things. So it's like when you get clear information such as hello, I'm here, that means it's gone through about 12 different channels. Those 12 channels creating that white noise, and you can hear a voice coming through. And especially if it's a solid voice, you'll get the higher the yes, it's okay. If the thing that said here is like today it'll rain or something like that, it said earlier, it's like, okay, well, yeah, they're picking up radio waves on a slow panel, which is making it say stuff like that. But if it's saying like, good intentions, so especially if it's stuff that's based on the subject, it leans more to yes, you're getting information from the spirit. It's one of the better ways of doing it. However, in order for you to actually hear and not have things get discalculated as well, is you want to make sure you're blind. You're in a I'm getting really tired. Deformation chamber where you can be blind and you can't hear or feel anything, and all you can hear are the words, because there, when Sam is asking questions, Colby cannot hear the questions, only the responses. That way, he only repeats what he hears. That's why it becomes a better way of information. And it's terrifying. It's an Estes method. Terrifying, but very beneficial. When it comes to some of those answers, I think most of them were legit, but it's how they run the spirit box is how you get your answers, right? If you run it fast enough to create and generate white noise, you're going to get answers that are more legit. But if you have it slow and you're picking up radio waves, it's not as legit. So it all depends on how they're running it. But to me, it sounds like they're running it a bit slow. They always have, in my opinion. How you doing, Cher? Shouldn't you be asleep?
Scariest thing of all is I started mentioning Peggy and Annabelle. He knows them. For some reason, he says they're all connected. They're all next to each other. It's some sort of gateway. Something is connecting.
Acids are crazy. I have one on my channel
they understand that each
that
other
I
is
did.
powerful. There is some connection with these types of spirits. Whether that mean it is just a gateway up in heaven, or like
Faster is better. Slower is what it is. So what it is like when you hear the that's it transferring radio waves. When you go slower, it's picking up radio waves that are legit happening as well live, right? So you could get like, you could go, hello, welcome to the news, and the problem is it's usually 3 channels per station, because you have a station that's hard to hear, a clear station, and another channel that's hard to hear. But you could fill a whole sentence doing that if it's slow enough. The faster it is, like that, the less chance you're going to get a full sentence like, hello, I'm here. So therefore, when you get a full sentence of hello, I'm here, you've gone through 15 radio channels by that point, or 10 channels by that point. Less likely is it a radio wave. So you want it to be a faster rate frequency, so that way you generate white noise, but you're also collecting that you have a more chance of saying, yeah, that wasn't the radio. That's the way to do it. Yeah, there's a way to adjust speed. Yeah.
Dolls, these haunted objects might be portals. I think we need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, you mainly adjust the speed.
Especially going to the most haunted of them all next.
That's like an SB7, I think, which is 1 radio wave, 1 direction, and you can change the speed. An SB11 has 2 radio waves, changing between AM and FM if you decide, and you can have them in different areas, so reverse and forward and backwards, thus creating a mass amount of white noise without having the chance of radio leaking through. That's why those are usually better, but it's harder to get information. And
we've seen Peggy multiple times. We've seen Robert twice now, but Annabelle is somebody.
Oh, my eyes are starting to get tired.
And supposedly the most haunted, and we might literally be walking into the greatest paranormal event we've ever been a part of.
I get that. Don't worry, you're fine, Cher. You're okay.
Once again, we're back.
I do it backwards and forwards at the same time.
To the Annabelle.
It's a cool map.
And finally,
welcome
we are
home
here
to
at the War
Connecticut.
Museum to come face to face with the real Annabelle doll, the most famous haunted doll in the world.
Our goal tonight is to figure out how all these dolls are connected and what this demonic energy wants to tell the world.
Yes, guys, we are at the New England Paranormalology Research Center. I've never heard of that word before. As we were flying over here from Robert the Doll, we experienced the worst turbulence ever. Absolutely terrifying. I don't know if that's an omen or something, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you definitely were looking at me like, oh god, we might actually die today.
No, we were shaken up there. In 1970, a nursing student received a 3-foot-tall Raggedy Ann doll as a gift from her mother. And almost immediately, strange events began to happen around the apartment.
Stop giving dolls to people.
It started with the doll moving from room to room on its own, and then little handwritten notes would appear with the words, "Help us." But then the nurse's boyfriend would have nightmares of the doll climbing onto his bed and strangling him, and then soon after, there was blood found on the back of the doll's hands. They called a psychic medium who told them that the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle was haunting them, trying to get their attention. The spirit of the little girl wanted to enter the Raggedy Ann doll, and the nursing students allowed it. They even treated the doll like their very own child, which made everything much worse.
Allowed only.
Later on, the nurse's boyfriend started
That's
hearing
true.
noises from the other room, so he went to go check on the doll. But when he noticed that no one else was in the room besides Annabelle, he picked up the doll and started shaking it, saying, "You're nothing but a toy." Then immediately, he felt a pain and doubled over, screaming. There were 7 bloody claw marks slashed across his chest, 3 vertical and 4 horizontal, and that is when they knew they needed help. So a priest arrived at their apartment with Ed and Lorraine Warren, the 2 most famous demonologists who you might have heard of from our Conjuring series. Ed said there was never a child spirit named Annabelle, and this was actually a demon. One that needed an exorcism ASAP or the students might be killed. The priest blessed the home and Ed and Lorraine
What a
Warren
jump.
left with the possessed doll, fearing that the evil would never leave Annabelle, even to this day.
Ed always looked tired.
Is we are actually having a priest bless us before we even walk inside.
Mocking or antagonizing Annabelle
Look at the
is a
video.
potential
Aw.
death
You're okay. You're okay. Nothing's gonna get you. Nothing's gonna get you. You're safe. Yeah, Castiel's Saturday. Seven days of the week. So Castiel's. It's very interesting.
sentence. In fact, the owners are so terrified of the doll's power that anytime anybody comes to investigate the museum, they get it blessed by a priest.
My name is Father Bob
So that'd be
Bailey.
an angel,
I
then.
assist paranormal groups, especially in the area of spiritual warfare.
Great!
I'm going to be blessing with special oil that I blessed in honor of St. Joseph. We call him St. Joseph, the terror of demons. So for your protection when you go in.
Appreciate that.
Let me bless you. In the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit, mighty God, send your light and your presence. Protect them from harm to tell us, and bless you. The Son of the Holy Spirit, may both of you be protected in his love, and in his grace. Amen.
You're safe.
So the team here at the War Museum has
I
allowed
wouldn't
us
do
to
this
both
on
go
the
in
internet
first
if I
to go
thought
see
you wouldn't be
Annabelle
safe.
just by ourselves. So we're going to bring a couple pieces of equipment, the obelisk and the REM pod, and go see if she's around before the museum itself gets blessed. We're going to find out what happens.
And I'll give you this, and I'll be waiting to hear you scream. I'm waiting to hear you come back.
Perfect.
That's what I meant.
All right, I'm going.
Good luck.
Here we go.
Who else?
Oh my god. I have seen so many pictures and videos of this place. I never thought I would actually be in here myself. Okay guys, I have the obelisk. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified right now. I'm starting to shake. I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but yeah, this place is not good. You can tell. Turning on the obelisk right now.
There's a lot of spirits
That's just
there.
calibration. It says disease. Famous disease. Providence. Alright, so Annabelle is right in front of me. I'm gonna walk up now. Ed? It's a tried Ed. Let me put this down here just for a second. She's a lot bigger than I expected. I think they said when she's standing up, she's 3 feet tall. Viewer discretion. If you do not want to look at Annabelle, I'm about to flip the camera to show you what she looks like for the first time. I
Lady.
cannot believe that thing already said Ed. You guys ready? Look, it says finish. Look away now if you don't want to see. 3, 2, 1. Malicious, right when I turn the camera. Here we go.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Yeah, I think with Robert, just even if you're worried about Robert, always be respectful of it. Always be respectful of him. Rather, if you are legitimately worried about him, be respectful, because that's his biggest thing. He's big. Imagine him like a mob boss. You disrespect a mob boss, he comes at you, right? Be respectful of him, and you won't be affected, right? So if you talk shit about him, stuff like that, obviously you'll be affected. Like, treat him with the mentality that, like, if you are scared, right? I generally do not think there's any way you can travel through anything like electronically like that, so you are totally fine. But if you are generally scared, remember the biggest thing is he wants respect, right? So if you respect him and stuff like that, and don't treat him with this disrespect, you're fine, right? Even if like you feel like he can somehow see you, if you treat him with respect, you're fine. That's his big thing, right?
Oh.
It's like Big Mom, for those who know that reference, like kind of vibes.
It feels surreal being with her for the first time. The real Annabelle doll is right here. Everybody knows Annabelle, especially from the movie. I don't know if you
They
guys
made the
remember
movie
this,
doll
but in the
much
Conjuring house,
scarier.
They have the same exact box.
Like,
It says,
physically
"Warning,
looking.
Positively do not open." And they have this devil tarot card as well. Cross above it. Angry. Guys, I'm not even holding the obelisk, and it said malicious and angry.
Why the devil tarot card, though? The devil tarot card does not mean anything of kind of protection other than this shall end, it will end, and there is no stopping it. Or no, it's addiction. It's stop your addiction because it's affecting you negatively, and it will harm you unless you stop now. And if you keep going to, it means you're addicted to this negativity. Like, the devil card is just a fear mongrel.
Already. Look at all the artifacts around here. Ed and Lorraine were famous demonologists, not ghost hunters, so there's a couple demonologist books. Let me get poltergeist right
What
after I
is
said that?
thing
No
to
way.
say? That's cool.
Artifacts, look at this, guys. I don't
Poltergeist.
even know
That's a
what
cool way
that
of
thing is
saying
up there on the right. There's a root. There's a Bible right here. Thank God they have that. I'm gonna put the obelisk right here in front of her. Ask a couple questions. Annabelle, I come here with all the respect in the world.
As score.
Way to square. That's kind of my
promise
thought
to
too,
not
Cher.
disrespect you.
Reveal.
I'm only here.
Call lasting.
Call lasting.
The way
This
it
thing's
says the
going
words
crazy,
is
and I'm not even
crazy.
touching it. I'm only here to hear any
Again,
sort of
this is a house filled with a bunch of haunted items. Like a bunch of haunted items. And most likely, if they're not in like an orderly fashion, they're just all talking at once.
message that you want to give people.
So that's something.
Master.
This is absolutely insane how much this is going off. I do not understand. It's been a long time since it's gone this crazy. Annabelle, we're only going to be here for tonight, so if you would like to communicate with us, please let me know. If this is you,
Faster.
if it's known faster.
Exactly,
I'm not sure
exactly.
because there's so many other haunted objects in here. If this is you talking to me, which we're going to figure out very soon, but again, I just come with respect. I'm just here to show you to as many people as possible and hear whatever you have to say. There was like a big crack on the roof as soon as I said that. I've been in here for about 10 minutes now. I'm gonna put down a REM pod for Sam and then let him go and experience this for himself. I don't know if you noticed this, but as soon as I stopped talking to Annabelle, the obelisk stopped saying words completely. Turning on REM pod. I'm also going to take this back and give it to Sam as I go. Thank you, Annabelle. Immediately went off. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. It's your turn, and the REM pod just went off. It said Ed, malicious, it said angry, all while I was in there.
Ed?
It said Ed, as I was in there.
Dude, you're like shaking.
It's terrifying in there. You'll feel it.
Not making me any more excited.
No, as soon as you walk in, like, you can feel a difference. So here's that. It's ready for you.
I don't like going second, but this sucks. Today, Annabelle is known to mess with electronics, possess people, and heighten negative emotion. Allegedly, there was even a case where a man disrespected Annabelle and on his way home crashed his motorcycle and died.
I mean, the chance of that's pretty high too, though.
Guys.
It said malicious and angry.
Yeah, don't need the reminder again. Oh my god. Ooh, musty. Hello. Oh my god. All the Conjuring stuff. Ed and Lorraine Warren. Release and Shaken. Over there is Annabelle. We were told by a couple of our buddies who have seen
And the way it says
my God.
unholy.
Unholy cube. Multiple of our friends. said that
Unholy
as soon as
cube.
they
The way
looked
it
at
says
her, they got
unholy
pain
is
in their
crazy.
chest. I'm gonna get my first
Unholy.
impression on camera. I see it in my peripheral. Oh god, this is scary. Annabelle, I'm gonna look at you now. Oh my god, that's way bigger than I expected. Years and years of hearing about Annabelle. Holy fuck, and there's a doll right there too. Hello, Annabelle. Raggedy Ann doll puts a hex on 3. Annabelle, if you have anything to say, you can tell me through this device, or you can come up to this little red light and you can show that you're here. We come here with the utmost respect. We just want some answers. We want to show the world, so if you want to tell your purpose or a message to everybody here that's watching, you can tonight. And thank you for allowing us in your museum.
She is squared up like a mob boss too. I swear it's like 3 mob bosses.
A ton. And as soon as I turn around, it says unholy, but then nothing else. Annabelle, if you want to say anything, I have this piece of equipment, the obelisk right here.
It
You
liked
can.
Colby.
If not, it's okay.
The unwavering eyes is insane.
Oh my god.
This is like, I think the Annabelle from the actual movie. They definitely had like a different Annabelle for the movie. Oh, and now it starts going off. What the fuck? It's almost like it didn't want me to look over there. It was like, you're looking at the wrong Annabelle. We know. It's you. We want to talk to you.
It's Random on the ground,
do you
yeah.
want to talk to us tonight? We've heard you're the most famously haunted doll in the world. We want to give you the stage if you want to prove that to us tonight. If you want to tell us any message. I'm getting a feeling that Annabelle doesn't like me, which is really strange because I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I've just been feeling off today. I don't know. Just feels not very comfortable here, I guess.
Well, a couple things. One, she liked Colby. Like, she liked Colby. She talked nonstop. And as soon as Sam walked in, it's silent. So that's a sign that she's not liked. But two, he did kind of take a photo of Robert. And I don't know, after everything they finally said, apologize, they got stuff set up, they did things well. And then I don't know if they ever got permission fully to take a photo of him, which is like disrespectful in that manner. So like, if that is a legit thing.
That is a given. Oh, it's very weird.
What do you think?
In comparison, if you said that was like one of the most active things you've ever had for the obelisk, it said like 3 words. The one word before it stops saying everything, unholy. The only word. And then it stops for
And
like...
this is malicious right when I point the camera at her, too.
My name is Dan Rivera. I'm the senior lead investigator for NESPR, founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. What's in here? There are attachments to these items. Not good. We believe that there are no human spirits that could attach to any of these objects.
So you're saying every single spirit that would be in this museum would have to be a non-human energy?
Non-human.
Do you believe that all these items, but more specifically Annabelle, is still dangerous to this day?
To this day?
Yeah.
Annabelle just told you. Annabelle, that doll over there. Just be respectful when you're in here and you're communicating with these items. Respect it because they're not going to respect you. For instance, the shadow doll. The shadow doll was created to place curses on your enemies. So a witch doctor created this doll, and what he would do is he would take a picture of this doll, put it in an envelope, seal it, and send it to the person he wants to be cursed.
Oh my God.
What will happen is he wrote a curse on the back of that photo. That person did not have to read that curse. As soon as they opened up the envelope, they took upon that curse. And it's known that this doll will stop your heart in the middle of the night in your dreams.
Oh my God.
It's only done by a witch doctor who knows the ritual of that curse.
Thank God.
That could perform that.
We're chilling. Sounds good.
Oh, we both at the same time.
Like I was telling you guys before, once you start talking about these items,
A red pot on top of the shadow doll and one over by Annabelle right now.
Right.
They're both going off right now.
as soon as you start talking about it, you're giving them that attention. I believe that they play off each other.
Do you think they compete?
Look, I think that's what they're doing. They're competing for that attention. This is not a joke. When I say these artifacts are in here for a reason, they're in here for a reason. Our job is to educate the public that evil does exist.
Adjutorium nostrum in nomine Domini qui feci caelum et terram. Domini exaudi rationem meam et clamor meus ad te venia. I command in the name of Jesus Christ, and I bind any spirits that are contained in these artifacts to stay where they are and to do no harm to these 2 young men. I forbid any interplay. I forbid any harm to be done to them, and I bind them in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
It's interesting, the job of an exorcist and a priest is that it's the words, the confidence, the knowledge, the intent is so practiced that that's where the power is. Like Sam and Colby could do it too, but they don't have any of that. And that's why it's really cool, like especially when you know an exorcist and have someone who's in hand. I mean, like I said, I'm one too, but it's our job to do what needs to be done to protect those who don't understand how it can be done or what it is you're doing. Also, I will say with the holy water bottle, I love how it's like a little squirt bottle. It's cute. I know it's how it has to be, but it's just cute. Kind of a mixture. I think most of them, it could just be residue energy, it could be stored energy, it could be spirits, there could be demons as well. watching this video definitely makes me lean more on a very either high energy spirit or low energy demon. It wouldn't be a high demon, because if it was a high demon, a lot worse things would be happening than just bad luck. Right? If we're talking like high level demon, that glass would be shattered. People would be thrown against walls. Like, stuff happens. But that's why the idea of the evil eye, right? The evil eye is a big blue eye you see at Ren Fair a lot, right? It's a gypsy eye. Basically, it was said that gypsies could give the evil eye, which is like a shit stare, eating stare at somebody, and it would curse them because of, like, if you pissed them off, right? And the evil eye, the blue eye, represents pushing away that negative energy back to it and pushing that eye back to whoever's looking at you, right? So curses, hexes, and all that stuff can be done by even those, and even most gypsies didn't even know they could do that until it was too late. You know, that was the lore. But most hexes and stuff like that, anyone could do if they didn't know. It just becomes that will versus, well, the intent versus the intent. If you intend to hurt somebody, what is that versus the intent of someone who wants to protect them from that stuff? You know? So technically, anyone could do, even a spirit could cause a lot of harm. But a demon has a focus and a knowledge to do so, right? And a power to back it up. So are these demons? If they are, they're low minor because it's just curses, it's hexes. But now I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, because that obviously could be really bad. But it's not like the glass is breaking, the earth is shattering, and stuff like that around it. So it could be a mix of like multiple things. Now, as in everything in this room is a demon? No, I don't believe that. There's not enough demons in the planet right now to just be stored off in a shed somewhere, you know. But it could be that there are maybe demonic energy there. It could be that there are high energy spirits there. There could be stuff like that. Not saying the people of Ed and Lorraine are wrong in any way, shape, or form, and I don't really think they are. But I don't think maybe they have as many haunted items as they think they do. Then, if that's the case, that are actually legitimately haunted. Maybe stuff that was connected to a haunting, and maybe a lot of stuff was cleansed or the thing removed or stuff like that. But because cursed items are a thing, you know, it could be a spirit, and when you move it, the item, the spirit comes with it. So he did say all the dolls in the building though, and I could see, you know, the cursed doll. I can see, you know, Annabelle and stuff like that. The other Annabelles made for movies. They only have like a handful of dolls there, so maybe that's what they meant. But there is definitely like activity in that place, so I'll tell you that. So not to say that there isn't stuff going on.
Well, thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome.
Bob.
Demonology has a lot of stages and a lot of different things that can happen. But when you get a case of a demon, it's not your normal paranormal.
The Estes method with Annabelle's cage open, we did a secret investigation on Explore Club, so click down below. You're not going to want to miss it. It was absolutely insane. SamColby.com. Go check it out. To this day, the owners are the only ones who are allowed to touch Annabelle, and they're only able to hold her with welding gloves doused in holy water.
The equipment's probably gonna go off while I'm talking about this.
What a wild way of doing things.
Wow.
Speaking of,
These are the gloves that I use when I handle the objects in this museum. But within these,
I wonder if Sam has talked to the people, the owners and the runners, if he can take photos of them and what his plan is. Because if not, what is about to happen? He's just about to like he's about to get people so pissed off of the owners that they're about to do this, because it's going to bring a lot of energy to Annabelle if his theory is legit. Just say it.
Glove in each finger is a holy relic. These were blessed at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Wade had these made for me, for my protection, because I didn't have a good experience with Annabelle when I moved Annabelle originally. I've gotten into a car accident because of this doll. Not just one, it was quite a few. Every time I moved this doll, it was always an accident.
do you ever hear tapping on the glass? Because when we were over here, it sounded like something was tapping.
There is tapping, knocking in here when you least expect it.
Almost on cue.
We heard growls coming from up on the second loft there.
Oh, whoa.
You know, there was one time I heard,
Oh, shit.
this one time I heard the growls in front of the house. I don't know if that was coming from the museum. I made this case with 3 crosses on there that represents the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now, within the case itself, behind Annabelle, scribed into the walls, is the Lord's Prayer, infused in the stainless steel water and holy oil. All that helps contain whatever's attached to Annabelle. But if I do open this case, it will only be open for like 5 to 10 minutes. It wants that identity.
Yeah.
You know, any of these objects in here, they want that identity. They want that power. It will play on your emotions. Sometimes it'll get you to go against each other. It wants to energize the environment.
You guys said this is a traveling case, so do you not even like take her? You don't even like take it out like when you travel?
No, it stays in this box.
Whoa.
When I start talking about protection or even mentioning the name of Jesus Christ,
Oh my God.
the devices do go off.
Wow.
I want to know why the devil card.
A once in a lifetime opportunity.
All right, guys. It's time.
You got this. You already got the Estes.
Everything's set up. We didn't want to waste any time that we had to be able to do this.
Annabelle, we come with the utmost respect, but if you want to tell us anything,
It literally
tonight,
looks
you
like a
do so
mob
now.
with the way she's statured, man.
And you feel threatened or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing the same thing, V.
Museum for a little bit.
They were freaked out by every REM pod jump, but like the other guy's like, yeah, whatevs. You can tell professionals, man.
In the end,
Annabelle, or any spirits here, you can speak through Colby to tell us a message.
the beginning and
or
I
to
am
talk
the
with
end.
us. If there is anybody here
And the
that
mega and
wants
I'm
to
the-
speak with us, can you come and say hi? You can give us a name or give us any obvious sign that you'd like to speak with us tonight. Is there anybody here in the museum with us?
200,000.
What? 200,000? Are you trying to scare us?
It's a big number.
I don't.
Can you be more specific? Who is here with us right now? We would love to
true,
speak
it's
with
true.
Annabelle. If you're here, can you give us a sign?
Believe.
We full-heartedly believe. We came here to talk to you.
You have a
I'm
plan?
sitting so
Like a
low.
question mark? Don't play around.
We're not going to. Our plan is just asking you to tell the world whatever your message is. We want to learn more about who you are. You like us?
Discussable. Yeah.
Yeah?
What a word. Discussable.
Thank you.
Remember what I
We'd love to
mentioned
speak with
earlier
you.
about like
Earlier,
proper
you were
language
talking
as
more
well?
directly. Only? You're talking only, I guess, to Colby. Is there a reason for that?
Separation. Headlock.
Headlock.
See?
We were talking to Dan about, things that you do. You were talking about separation. Is that your plan?
Why do you want to separate them?
No companion.
I'm literally
Blood.
blood. No companion.
In the blood.
You don't want us to have a companion. Like you want us to be alone.
Maybe
Is that
something in
correct?
their blood.
Able to
One to
determine.
use
If we
blood?
are alone, what are you able to do?
Come together. Please?
So you do want us together.
Who are we speaking to? In the name of Jesus Christ.
Girl?
What's your name?
Do you mean Annabelle?
I just heard laughter.
Oh my.
Oh
Remember
my.
that one show we watched that was like, all of them laughed, by the way. Where he's like, every time he said something, in the name of Jesus Christ, in the name of Jesus Christ, every time they said one thing. And it's like, that's just going to piss something off. You say that every single time, trying to force them to say something. It's just like, it kills me every
I'm
time.
literally finishing my sentences. What do you do to those that you get alone? What's your plan?
Master.
Master.
Kill.
God, has Annabelle ever actually hurt or killed anybody?
Well,
Car accidents?
The man on the motorcycle, the guy that came in here.
Yeah.
Oh
Giving a tour, and he
my God.
was knocking on the glass and mocking Annabelle. When he left here with his girlfriend, she was on the back of the motorcycle. They got into an accident.
Sorry about it.
He died in the accident.
My God, I have full body
Invincible.
shield. You think you're invincible?
Bam.
How do we know that you're actually that powerful? How do we know you can actually kill someone?
wait.
Are you connected to any of the other dolls here? The shadow doll that's been going off all night.
Together. The music.
The music.
We were here last time.
No one wants
They
that.
wanted the Shadow Doll and Annabelle together.
Together. We visited a...
Gateway?
What?
Cold.
Is there a gateway between
2.
the two of you?
Sounds like only.
We visited other dolls in the past before. They also said something about gateways. Do you know those other dolls? Are you connected in any other way to other haunted dolls?
Everybody. Against you.
What?
Throw them under.
Everybody
Yeah.
against you.
You do it.
Are there-
Talk to the people.
Are there multiple people talking with us right now?
Only one?
Oh my God.
Coasting.
How do we know that you're actually the demon Annabelle?
No heaven.
Dude. Okay. Well, bro, I have you ever heard anything like that?
Yeah.
What, bro? I think you need to step away for just 2 seconds. It was saying some really, really insane things, and even if it got you alone, it could kill you.
Me?
or kill someone, whoever got it alone. It threatens. And then it said like all these dolls are like connected.
So that made sense?
It made insane sense.
That's what I was talking about, that how you're in a confined area here where this energy is just amplifying in here.
The reason why I pulled you out is it literally was like, how do we know you're actually like a demonic energy? I'm trying to say like, hey, maybe it's like human energy or whatever, but no, it said no heaven. Literally what a goddamn demon would say. Genuinely freaky.
What we heard in Queen Mary, like when we first started investigating.
Yeah.
What's that mean? What do we do next?
I don't know, but I think we should take like a 2-minute break or something. I don't know. I'm still like shaking.
Me too.
You know, you can hear it or see it from other people, but being here and experiencing it yourself, it becomes real to you.
So like me, when I picture myself talking to something like that, I've talked to some higher entities and stuff and done things. Very respectful, very quick mind, like calm mind and very like clear. So it's like, if you're here with us, can you tell us? Can you give us a sign by touching, blah 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 blah. But then it leads to a lot of like, what have you done? What is your goal into doing things? Very like trying to have a conversation with a person, regardless of their stature, president to a homeless person. Very like the same. To not feed into that as well, right? And trying to learn what their information is. So I feel like if I ever got the opportunity to talk to them, I don't think I'd ever be able to have the view count to be able to open that door. But I would try and communicate in that same sense to see what their response is.
I don't know about you, but like, especially after seeing Robert, I don't want to do this. I'd rather just get.
I like their scarf they use for this.
One more time, do maybe like a deeper blessing, and then get out of here. Like, what else more do we need to figure out?
I think we deeply actually know that this is demonic. There's never been like as confirmed as right now that we're talking.
This is the content side of Sam. We are confirmed it's a demon. Are you? You're telling me that a ghost can't lie and try and scare you? You're telling me that a ghost can't make you feel those ways? A ghost can't cause car wrecks? A ghost can't do those things? Because they can. Higher level, sure, but a ghost can lie to you. A person can lie to you and say, I am God and there is no heaven and I will command you to hell by doing these things. Like, I can do that. Like, and it doesn't mean he can. He's just saying it. I'm not saying that I'm not disrespecting Annabelle in any way, but what I'm saying here is what Sam is saying is not true. It's very like we don't know fully if it's a demon or not, but saying that it's 100% confirmed that this is scaring more people than actually giving faith. There's no factual behind what his evidence is. Not saying it isn't, again, or trying to disrespect in any way, but stating like what Sam is saying here is for show more than anything. So just trying not to scare people, because we didn't see that demon we didn't see that doll stand up and walk on 2 legs. Now, do I respect that doll and feel like it has a lot of power and it can be scary? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's got something with it for sure. But when it comes to Sam saying that there's no 100%, like a ghost can lie to you, just like a person can.
To a demon and it's answering.
We need to figure it out.
I'm just saying,
can we just go?
Especially ones that are maniacal.
This is the opportunity.
What else do you want to do?
If you're a sociopath in life, you're probably a sociopath in death, yeah?
I have one more idea.
Okay.
I'll show you just here. Let me go in there for 2 seconds and then I'll show you.
Okay.
I think this is like big.
Okay.
He's trusting him here, and I hope he doesn't like false his trust here. Go to the doctor, Sinless. I don't know what they're talking about, but go to the doctor.
Very curious to hear what Colby thinks of this plan. I don't think anyone's ever done anything like this before.
You filming? What were you doing in there?
I was gonna show you this. Okay, so my Polaroid, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. So I took a Polaroid of Annabelle.
Okay.
Which is sick, so we can use that for our next investigation. Okay. It's gonna take a few minutes. So I was thinking for the final investigation, we do something like a trigger event never done before. So when we went to Peggy's,
I feel like it's a bit betrayal, yeah?
asked for permission.
It was a little toxic.
So, what the heck was that?
What?
I don't know. It's like a massive crash or some shit. Did you not hear the?
No.
Okay. What the fuck?
What?
Something just hit my back.
Huh? Wait, what's happening?
I don't know. I've never felt anything like that.
As you're talking about Robert and Peggy.
That actually is really scary. Cause dude, look at these. So I took a picture of both of them.
Wait, you took a picture of Robert?
I took a picture of both of the dolls, and
Those are
now
good pictures.
we have a collection that I don't know if anybody else has. 3 in-person Polaroids of the 3 most haunted dolls. But what's really cool, and I figure would be an awesome offering to make this even crazier, is those dolls that we had on the React channel that we got made specifically for us? The voodoo dolls of us.
The ones with our faces?
The ones with their faces on it. I'm like shaking talking about this because this is so cool.
That's the bad idea part. Everything else is like, okay, the experiment is interesting, but that
for the final photo, this could be like
that's the bad idea.
Paranormal event in history. I know they said not to do anything like too crazy or whatever.
You don't think that's too crazy?
In the sense, yeah, V.
I mean, it's
like you took a picture.
But doesn't mean the spirit can't be either.
One thing he said not to do.
But like, we apologized. Or you apologized.
I apologized, but like, when did you do it? Did you do it after the apology?
Oh, I just did it on the way out.
Well, then he said you had to be sincere and to wait. Remember?
Wait on the apology.
I don't see. I knew Colby was going to be upset about this, and I would be too as Colby. And Sam wasn't thinking fully on this. Now the thing is like, if this affects them, I don't think it's going to affect Colby. He did his apology. He went through it as well. Sam did not. And I don't know if he apologized after taking the photo or asked for respect afterwards. Yeah, man's in trouble. Colby is pissed. Yeah, Colby is pissed. Colby is more respectful and understanding and more of the Ghost Hunter side. He does his content side. Sam is more content side, less Ghost Hunter, but he does have some Ghost Hunting qualities for sure. And more and less knowledgeable as Colby is. You can tell Colby's taking his time and takes this shit legit. Sam sometimes kind of just does things because it's a good idea, like, for content. I think the experiment is worth the test until the voodoo dolls. And especially like he needed a lot more of sincerity towards Robert, even if he doesn't believe. And I think that's going to hurt him in the end, where I think Colby has done his part and he's said sorry and he's apologized. But now Sam is on the chopping block once again. So we'll see. Why? Yeah, exactly. The voodoo doll part though, everything else, the pictures and stuff like that, and the test he wants to do the pictures. Okay, I'd be interested in seeing that. Now I'd try and do something like this. Well, the dolls, terrible idea. That's just putting him, and especially bringing Sam or Colby into it as well. Shitty, shitty without asking him. Shitty with the dolls, but like.
In the essence, that he was just like,
yeah, look at his eyes. He has fear there.
And throughout.
Again, I think the intention is.
Don't mess with voodoo dolls if you don't know about it. Yep.
And see how they
Hands asking for trouble. Oh yeah.
This is like going too far, because like, let's just go.
Could be. Colby's been through some major shit, like comparatively.
Do you not realize how dangerous this is?
Yeah, I hope Colby's not affected by Sam's ignorance.
Because again, you took a picture of Robert.
Yeah, I want you to know I didn't involve you, and I made sure that like you said your apologies and sorries and stuff before I did it. I just think that genuinely this is like one of the coolest things, and this is a once in a life opportunity.
I get that, like it's cool for the video and stuff, but I don't understand why you're not telling me about when you go off.
This is something that's been going on for a long time. In the past, like. Top 10 videos they've had, like locations like Conjuring House, a lot of like the top evil places. Sam pushes the label, and in a way, like it does make content. And some things are like, yeah, they've been doing that for a while, and some things are kind of like gimmicky. This is dangerous, especially if what happened to Colby is legit. I'm saying if heavily because it might not have been, it might have just been a coincidence, but still, even if. Like this, that the voodoo doll part of it, really bad idea. And like, I love the way they talk to each other though. I do want to point out, very like respectful. Like, I understand why you're doing this, and I get it, and it's for the video, but I wanted you to know my feelings and how I feel about it. And that's a very like respectful understanding and a high like emotional, mental stance. And the body language shows that as well. That's very, very like highly respectable.
I get that. Like it's cool for the video
and
very, stuff, but I just don't.
Very cool in that
I don't
aspect.
understand why you're not telling me about.
But he makes a solid point here.
These things.
I mean, truthfully,
mainly just because of the Robert thing. I figured you'd say like no, but I feel like we did it safe, and you did your apology, and I made sure to like not involve you in that. But think about it, especially like for the video, this is insane.
Yeah,
this is like massive.
I mean, I get that.
It's this could be the biggest paranormal event in history.
I get that.
That's true. That's how I'd feel too, Scentless.
And yes, I would have.
Especially hiding behind his back is shitty. I couldn't do that. Like once or twice I can forgive, like consistently I couldn't.
This at the Conjuring house, we had a conversation literally a year ago about this, and you've done it countless of other times. It feels like it's not even like us doing this anymore on this channel. It's like you're just going behind my back, not telling me anything, and just trying to figure this out for.
What's crazy is most channels that do this shit, it's obviously played out and fake, and like they're very like, why would you do this, and create like an argument and do things like we've seen it in paranormal teams as well to add content. I could name a few off the top of my head that have been like, I'm getting possessed by a demon slowly and I can feel it, you know, shit like that. And it's like, no, shut up. But this is like legit drama and legit like, dude, you gotta stop, man. This is an issue. And like Sam is Colby's legitimately like having like you can tell this isn't a play. It's interesting they kept it in the video, and I'm glad they did.
I'm trying to do this because that's the point of the channel. It's the reason why we started. You know, Queen Mary. I still think about that all the time.
I understand that. I get that. But like, when it involves putting your best friend in danger, like taking a picture of Robert, like why don't you just tell me these things? Like we can figure this out.
Exactly.
Together. I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, look at her eyes. You can know.
We were talking about this today, not to get like super personal on you guys, but you know more than anybody, I need this. Mm-hmm. Especially after what happened like last year.
Yeah, I understand.
I know. Like I'm that one, it's the point of the goddamn channel. Second, this is an opportunity that I feel like could prove it to me. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I need this, but I also think like the world needs this.
But dude, like you said, the world doesn't need this. Like you are the one that thinks you need this.
Solid point. I don't mean to keep interrupting, but solid point. I get both of their views in this. I do, especially in the paranormal field. I get this, but as a friend and a brother, especially someone who was there on his deathbed, and how much Colby tries to protect Sam as well through everything. Even like talking to Robert there earlier, he was like, you like, do not hurt me or my best friend. You know, you brought us together and I appreciate it. And like, I just asked to not hurt you. And it almost sounded like the apology was like, just don't do the same thing that you did to me to him. And he thinks about Sam a lot in that manner, very highly. And Sam isn't like Sam was thinking a little selfishly here, where it's like, I want to figure this out. And I get that. And he wants to show the world. And I get that. But like Colby said, you're putting your best friend in danger. And that's not feeling very best friendly of you. Like that's not very cool. Like, bro, like that's hurting a lot. Actually, you can tell that Colby is hurt by this. And like, honestly, he could have just talked to him about it and came up with a plan together about it. Like, it could have like easily thought maybe it's something, maybe he's being driven to do so. And they're trying to, maybe the ghost is trying to separate them so that way Colby and Sam have their own thing and then they can be taken, whatever. But like, truth be told, like on right in front of us, we can see like Sam's being a little too selfish on this. Like, and this isn't the first time either. And it's always in a situation where it puts Colby in danger. And that's like, I get content. But man, as much as he trusts Sam, that is like so backstabbing, man. It could be Scentless. Yeah, very subconsciously, possibly. Could it be that Sam is angry and wants some kind of passive payback? I don't think it's passive payback. I think, so when we see these opportunities, they're not opportunities. When we see these motions that a ghost hunter is trying to push the boundary and get something to happen, it's because they want to know that they're not crazy. They want to know that what they believe is real. And I get it. Like, especially before shit happened to me that was so crazy that I just have to believe, right? It's not like, oh, it's not just a creak. It's not just a knock. It's not just a blip. It's not just an EMF. It's not just a flashlight test. It's not just this and that. It's something physical. Like when I've seen apparitions, but I've seen apparitions of form and push people against the wall. I've seen possessions. I've seen crazy ass things that make me go, yeah, that shit can happen. That shit's real, right? I've seen it all. Not all of it's been documented. But I have been with multiple people who have experienced it as well. And so that's my proof, you know. But like, and it can explain it the same way I saw it, right? But the thing is like when people don't experience that and they experience like 1,000 little things, they want that one big thing to make sure they know what they believe in is legit. It's kind of like Mr. Heck, for example. Mr. X always had like little things happen. He's seen footsteps, apparitions, seen things move and stuff like that, but nothing crazy until that table moved in front of him. And now he still to this day does not believe that table was kicked across the room or that there was something, I mean, not across the room, but kicked aside. And like and it was very obviously not him. And he wants to believe that there's no way a ghost could do that. It had to be me, but I need to see something else before I can believe that this is happening. And when that sits and rots on your brain for a long time, you do crazy things to do stuff. It's kind of like, it's a problem. It is. It's a faith problem. It's kind of like someone who's wanting to believe in God and has every reason to, but wants to have that one thing of true faith to happen to make sure what their belief is and their time and their efforts is true, you know, before they can fully believe in a God, you know. And that's what he wants. He wants this need to see something. And I'm just putting stuff together because of what I've experienced with other ghost hunters. You know, even Zach Baggins says, I try and get things to happen so that way I experience something and I'm trying to get it to happen again so I can prove to you that it exists, or that I can prove to myself that it exists. You know, like he says in every beginning of the shows and stuff like that. He needs this to happen for him to be able to go forward. And so he's pushing as many boundaries as he can. I've seen people get drunk and high as fuck in very haunted locations because they want to get possessed, because they want to believe it can happen. Because even though it happened to other people and they've seen it happen to other people, they can't fully believe it until it happens to them. That is part of humanity breaking that brain concept, breaking that moment in our brain that tells us you can't believe it until you see it, right? Colby has faith because he's seen it. Sam has put himself through a lot of situations and still hasn't. So he's doing what he can to create those situations so he can be on the same level as Colby. It may not be like a jealousy thing or an envy thing, but a self-assuring thing, you know. But the problem is, and this is one thing that I see with a lot of people like this, is the moment that they do get that, if he puts all those people, like those photos down and like he gets thrown against a wall and whatever, I noticed that it happens two ways. One, they either stop ghost hunting or they realize, now how far can I push this beyond this now? Because now I've seen that it can happen. How much further can we go? And that's where danger gets more so. It's like an addiction. Oh, I touched a heroin needle and I felt a little craziness. That's crazy. Oh man, but I don't know what they're feeling. Maybe I should feel it. Sticks heroin needle in. Whoa, that's crazy. I can stop at any time. Or I can have the wildest rides of my life for a long time. I might as well just do it. It's right here in front of me. Does it, becomes addicted, starts to kill himself, dies, you know, body deteriorates. You know, it's like any addiction, right? You touch it and you get that wild feeling of, holy fuck, how far can I go with this, you know? Or do you try and quit cold turkey? And now he's in that he's in the danger line is where he's at. He has been for a while, but it's more and more so eating at him. You can almost see it in their eyes here. Look at the eyes that Colby is showing versus Sam. And you can kind of see what that is that's feeling behind in their soul. But the lack of empathy shown by Sam could be why he is spurned and by the spirits. Like he has a lack of empathy for Colby and in this area, putting the risk and keeping it dark. That's true. I have more spirits talk to me than I do most of the people I surround myself with, because I have empathy for the spirits. I don't open myself up to the spirits, but I open my heart to the spirits. Does that make sense? I listen to them. I hear them. I hear what they want. I hear what they need. I might not give them what they want or need, but I hear them and I listen to their story and I accept them and I come at them with honey, not vinegar, and I respect them and I get more responses to it because of that. Because I'm here for answers and I'm here to help them. I'm not here for a show. I'm not here to use them as a tool to just for a content machine. I am here to talk to them, even when I am recording and making videos, and I'm making it legit because I'm respecting them. Because even if they're an entity, a spirit, or you know somebody who just recently died, I want to make sure that they know that they are in a safe place because I want them to talk. I don't want them, and I want to help them. I am genuinely coming to them and being like, I'm here to help. Where most people go and see spirits and just want to run and get scared and be like, ooh, I'm so spooked. Oh, like what? Imagine someone walking into your room while you're just sitting there watching TV and someone go, oh my God, they're ugly and scary. Ah, oh my God, so spooky. Like, what would you do? Because a ghost is just us in another form, right? We all could turn into a ghost. Not all of us will, but like, and how would you be treated? How do you want to be treated? That's how you affect a ghost. It's called empathy. If I go in it, I want to be respected respectfully, understandably, and listened to, especially as a ghost, where it's hard to already have those things. But if someone walks into your house and goes, oh my God, fuck you, ghost, you know, like that is awful. Like even the most powerful demons and ghosts do not want to be disrespected or used, unless it's for their own gain, I guess, in a demon sense, but in a sense of like, not disrespected, you know, and you're never going to get the answers of what you're looking for if you disrespect them. Even if that entity has, or even if that object has no entity inside it, it's better safe than sorry, because you'll never know, because you could disrespect it and it'll just shut up and walk away. And if that's the case, you're not getting answers. Why not at least try, right? And most spirits won't even try, even if you're being respectful. But it's better to try. You get a higher chance of trying. If you go up to something and goes, hey, fuck you, and it's not going to respond, then you're going to be like, oh, there's no ghost in it. But if you treat it calmly and respectfully, you're going to get more ghosts in it. You're going to have that empathy. And thus, what your argument here with Sam and Colby is that he's coming at them with respect and genuine empathy and getting answers, while Sam is not. And it's that same mentality. If you come at them and be like, yeah, show yourself so I can record it, they're not going to reply. They're going to treat you like shit. They're not going to give you what you want. But if you come out here as Colby and with your empathy open and stuff like that. But again, if you're trying to open your empathy, don't let things affect you. Don't let things come in. And when you do, you fucking ground that shit out of you. You don't need that excess energy. You got your own problems. Everyone does. That's why there's ghosts, right? So you want to block the energy off of you, but you want to still feel it, right? You want to allow them to like touch your heart in a sense of not physically and not actually, but in a sense of like listen to them. Yeah. And you want to have that barrier between you two, almost like a bubble between you two, so that way that energy doesn't seep in. It allows you to split apart, but still feel what they're giving off. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is I agree with you, is what I'm saying. And I can use my experiences as proof of that. And I've had people with the same kind of mentality, but still like their intention isn't pure enough, or intention isn't there. Therefore, they don't get as much information. Yeah. That's what separates ghost hunters, you know, levels, and paranormal investigators and parapsychologists, right? What are you here for? What are you here for when talking to ghosts? Are you here to get spooked? Are you here for data? Are you here for information? Are you here to help? That's what separates us as ghost hunters, as paranormal investigators, as parapsychologists. What are you here for? Because the spirit will find out. It can read your energy before you realize you're putting it out there. So you might as well put out something that's genuine. Sam is creating an aura. Yeah, it's the aura you put around you. Yeah. An aura of not fear per se, but threat, distrust, ignorance. And the spirit and in the videos show one thing. If we are to believe, the spirit entities are talking, communicating. Yeah, exactly. They're picking it up of his distrust, of his like betrayal, of his ignorance. Yeah, they're seeing that. I like to say that if I'm bothering you, if you feel like I'm out of line, I'm sorry, but can I talk to you for a bit? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. A good way of saying it is very much like that. Like, hey, I'm here to talk with you. I'm not here to hurt you. I want you to know it's okay. And I do not want to bother you, but I want to listen to your stories and I want to hear what you have to say. If I do offend you, I do apologize, but I wish to try and get some more responses from you so we can talk. If you are okay with this, can you give us a sign? That's kind of how I usually build up, right? So yeah, you're not wrong by saying that. That's a good way of putting it.
But it doesn't mean that you have to drag me into it, and like I don't want to be put in danger for that. Like it's a selfish thing to do.
He said exactly what we were saying.
Isn't this what we want? Like to prove things? Like
he wants, not we want.
I think it's what you want. I think you just want to prove it to yourself. It doesn't even feel like we always talk about Sam and Colby versus the world, but right now it seems like it's Sam versus himself. It's like a deeper personal issue, and I just don't understand why you don't drag me in and just like let me help.
You know why. We're on different sides of this coin, man. You believe. You've always believed.
What did I say?
For some reason, no matter what we get, I can't fucking
I can't fucking accept it. I can't.
Exactly what I just said earlier, isn't it?
We talked for a little while, and that got a little personal, and I'm not trying to put my personal life on YouTube. Sometimes it mixes. In that personal struggle, which I've been going through for a little while now, I took it too far, and I've apologized to Colby, but I just want to publicly apologize to you. I now realize that I need to deal with these problems myself and not bring you into it.
It's fine.
Are they breaking up, chat?
Okay.
I want to also apologize to you guys
was a
watching.
joke,
I
but
don't
also
want to set a bad example. I don't want to be that guy that pushes the bar to where puts other people that I love in danger. So I'm sorry. It is something I'm working on and something that I feel like a lot of people go through, but that's no excuse. It shouldn't be disrespectful to anything of this world, and definitely should not try to put anybody in danger because of it. So
That's a very respectful way of saying it, a very understanding way of saying it. I know he was pushed to the point where he basically had to say it, because there's no way they were going to do that night after Colby. Colby's got his foot down, and Sam is respecting him enough to agree to him, which is phenomenal. And that's very respectful, because he could have just done it, or he still might behind his back. I kind of feel like Sam is going to create his own channel at some point and do this dumb shit to prove to himself. Not as like Sam and Colby splitting up, but in a sense of Colby is not going to fuck with that. He knows, and he knows what it's like. Not the bromance, I know, right? I feel like it's not that they're splitting up, it's that he needs to find this information, and he's going to one way or another. Even if it means that Colby wants to support him, but he's not going to put himself through that danger, especially if Sam keeps his shit up. So we'll see in the next year, yeah. But that's pretty heavy, and I'm glad that he came out publicly and said it. Like, obviously, I'm a speck of dust in the Sam and Colby world, but when it comes to like understanding ghost hunters and people and sociology and psychology and stuff like that, I'm glad to see, especially after all they've been through, I'm glad to see that Sam said this publicly and said, I'm sorry, realizing this, even if he doesn't believe it fully, it's good for the audience, the people that are very easily susceptible of making these decisions, and those who are big fans of them, like heavily, it's good for that they did this, and even though it's content or whatnot. Because it is bad. He's doing this stuff behind his back, and it's teaching others to do this kind of dumb shit as well. And he's learning like, oh, I can't do that. That's bad. And I'm glad to see that they're taking responsibility for that. But you can tell Colby is not happy. Like, it's kind of like when a wife is mad at a husband for doing some dumb shit. It's kind of like that kind of vibe going on right now, and he's like apologizing for it.
I'm sorry. It's okay. We talked about this, and just because that already happened and I took the picture and everything has been, and I think in order to make sure we are safe, we are going to ask the priest to bless us, and we are going to end our investigation here. It is just not worth it. Maybe another time we'll come see Annabelle, but it is just not worth pushing it any further.
It said separation.
Yo, what a fucking heavy end there. I mean, we were all kind of thinking it, but the fact that she said it, I would be interested to watching a Colby investigation versus a Sam investigation on different channels and see how they take, because I feel like he's got more faith, he's more respectable, he's more open, kind of like how, I am with a lot of ghost hunts, where Sam is more focused in content and trying to prove to himself. So I'd be interested to see how two different channels and two different areas react. It's like that, but it did say separation. This could be the end of that aspect. I wouldn't say it'd be the end. I mean, they would definitely probably do their own thing for a while, see it split up, and then come back together. And they could also feed that separation, like thing the ghost said, into making more content, which is more money and stuff like that. Like, I get it. I see it on all sides, but also like that information wasn't fake of what the ghost was giving. And there is a separation between them two, and the ghost can see that. So I wonder if is it the ghost that's causing the separation? Or is it like already just destined, or maybe it's something that was just bound to happen anyways because he does this dumb shit. Who knows? But that's interesting theories. What do you think? Damn. What an ending. What an ending. Oh, God. Oh, I got too comfortable there for the last fucking 2 hours. That's true. That's very sweet. That's also true. That's also true. There, yeah. What'd I say? What'd I say? They're taking a break. That was like a breakup look in their face, too. And they're going to try and rethink on how they want to continue their shit. I think Sam's going to do his own shit. I'd like to see Colby do his own shit, too, though. But also, what a way to end 2025 for those guys, yeah? But also, like, he's not going to, like, let that go until he finds it for himself. So he's going to keep pushing the boundaries, which Colby doesn't want to be a part of. And I respect that. Maybe the ghost is nurturing the separation. I can see that. The dolls do push our emotions farther than they can be. That's interesting. Let me turn my lights back on because it's dumb that they turned off. But, like, I can see that. I can see that very, very much. And he's going to keep pushing those boundaries until he gets his answers. Turn on bedroom lights. So, like, it's very interesting. I don't know how the channel is going to go. I mean, I'm sure they'll try and do their own thing for a while and do their own stuff for a while, and they come back and it'll all be fine, you know, content, especially like since this is like leading into the new year, they want to hold on to content for a while. They'll take a little bit of break for a while. They'll do their own thing and then they'll come back, you know. It's content still in the end. And the thing is, this isn't the first time this has happened. And I think one reason we don't sympathize with Sam as much is that this definitely isn't the first time he's done shit like that. And we side more with Colby at this point. At least they have this, but they're trying to rekindle what they just broke there. What, we just saw like a breakup live on stream, yeah? That's rough, buddy. You can tell he realizes he fucked up. Told you since the beginning. Okay, let's read this real quick. Let's see. Kind of goes back to explaining what you said before we watched this video. A lot of stuff is happening on the React videos, fakery, and going too far. I'm kind of glad this came to a head and explains a lot of those last few videos. Agreed. Agreed. Very much agreed. Maybe the ghosts are new. Yeah, nurturing the separation. Yeah, the separation thing could be from Robert because remember what he said. Robert was a hurt to friendship. It's true, but here's the thing as well, is that Sam was talking about doing this stuff before Robert. He was talking about it with Peggy. I think what it is that this separation was already happening. There was already cracks in the line, and Sam was trying to take it a little too far, but the spirits that are there, including Robert, realize these cracks and try to just grab them and pull it farther and mess with emotions. I mean, if these are demons, if they are, this is what they do. They fuck with your life. They don't fuck with the way you think, the way that you're doing things. They fuck with your life. And in ways that will like they will make you do things that you would not normally do. Minor demons, yes. But, because high demons, you would just be ripped in half, you know, whatever. So like, and then they should know that if they're even fucking with it, even if they think that this could be a possibility true, you should not fuck with it in that way. And I think Colby gets it, but Sam doesn't because he doesn't fully believe. Not yet. Not after years of doing this, which means it's a dangerous game they're playing. This was a good video. I've always liked Colby more as he is more respectful and is taken more seriously, but Sam finds what he needs safely and gets back on track. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, 100%. 100%, yeah. I think Colby I respect Colby. I've respected him for a while now, especially since the beginning. There are times when we go, come on, man. But I've always respected Colby in a sense of I am big on having respect and having faith in what you're going for and having intent and stuff like that, and very focused on what it is. Now, he does have his content creation side, because it is content creation. They do get 50 million views on fucking videos, so I get it. But Sam has always been the one who's like kind of haphazardy doing this stuff. And when you go into this stuff, you got to be respectful. You got to give it heart. You got to have the knowledge of what it is you're walking into and not play with it lightly. Playing with someone's soul and spirit is not a toy. Even using divine rods or divinity tools or anything like that, you respect them, because even if it is even if it is just pieces of copper or wood, it is touching the divine, is touching the aether. You have respect for it. You'll get more responses and you will not have that backlash. Be respectful. You'll get more. But also, they appreciate spirits, the aether, whatever, the energy, will respect it more in kind. And you'll get more out of what you're looking for. And I think Colby understands that, where Sam doesn't fully get it yet. And I think he needs that wake-up call. And sadly, he's going to keep going until he does. This was a good video. Spooky in certain areas, like especially made me like question a few things about dolls. Maybe realize a few things, maybe learn a few things. I know a lot of things. I do. I've experienced, I've researched, I've done a lot. I don't know or know it all. And when it comes to these dolls and stuff like that, I believe, like, yeah, they can't affect us. We're viewers in a world of remote viewing, you know, and can we allow it to affect us? Sure, but just don't. I know it sounds like as easy as it says, but just don't. Tell yourself it's not going to affect me. Simple as that. Like, let yourself not be affected, you know, be strong. But could they? I don't think so. I think it's a low percentage they can. But just in case, be respectful, protect yourself, cleanse yourself if you feel like you need to, but also tell yourself, this cannot affect me. I am safe and I am okay. And if you're religious, say in the name of Jesus Christ, I am protected. Willpower is strong. Intent is stronger. And when you have intent that you are protected and you are safe, you are protected and you are safe, especially from stuff like this. So do so. Now, as for Sam and Colby being feet on the ground there, it's going to be a little different for them. If this stuff is legit, for sure. So if you ever feel like unprotected or anything, you know, just if there's anything evil here, malicious intent, please go back from whence you came. You are not welcome here, nor are you welcome to follow me. You're not welcome to affect me. Please go back from whence you came. So I've said, so shall it be. And amen. You know, or exumus de omnis mundus spiritus, you know. Just, you're fine. And you're okay. But I don't know if Sam and Colby are going to be after this. Let's see. What they need to do is just go back to original Sam and Colby. Like they tried many a times, but you can never, in content creation, you cannot recreate what you once had. When you do it, either it comes cringe or it breaks. Those moments are moments that built you on who you are today, and you can't go back to when you're working on a roof to build the foundation. They tried many a times, and they keep going back to this. They need to revamp what they had back in the old days, but like a new journey. Go back a few steps, but like go a different direction, I think is what they need. But I think in the end, it's going to definitely be we have to figure out what it is we want with this channel and what we want to focus on and what we want to learn. Because I think when it comes to their content creation, they know how to do that. But when it comes to paranormal, you put your soul out there. You are connecting with your body, mind, and soul. And they need to figure out what they want to connect with and how they want to affect the world around them with it. So hopefully we see that. It's hard, but always try to not have conflict going to the paranormal locations. Yeah, they feel it. All the emotions you put out there, all the emotions you pour out there, all the emotions you do, all the things that you are putting out there and doing, they feel, they know. Because they'll pick up, they're like dogs. Like, because the way, it's called the universal language, truly, is energy. What energy you put off, what energy you are wanting people to feel, wanting things to feel, or even subconsciously putting off, they will pick it up. Dogs know when you're not feeling well, even though you have a smile on your face. Animals can talk to each other, even though they don't speak the same language. It's the same with us and spirits. Our universal language that we know of, you know, there's still some theories and knowledge and breakdowns, stuff that we have to do, is emotion, is energy. Because in theory, we are all made up of energy. and we all connect with that energy around us. Thus is a language that's spoken. Yeah. So if you're having conflict and you bring it there, they'll know. And if they want to pick at it, they will. So it's good to, again, clear mind, clear focus. Even if you're having a hard time, clear your mind. It'll be okay. There's a balance between content creation and being serious, 100%. And I think Colby learned that a little, but where Sam hasn't yet. Colby knows that Sam is more do anything for views and mentally, which hurts him. And it hurts him that he betrayed him. I feel like, honestly, if Colby would have talked to Sam about this, about, hey, this is what I want to do, I feel like Colby would be like, I don't like it, but we'll do it. If it's something you need and something we'll do. I think he hurt the worst that he got betrayed because he did it behind his back, and it would hurt him just as bad. And I can agree to, I can see that. Have you ever had have you ever had to be prayed for when you go to a place? We usually do our own kind of exorcism prayer setups and stuff like that. But I mean, if people pray for me, I'm okay with that as well. I've never had to have a prayer for me. But I'm sure those many have. Hello, Breezy. But yeah, feet on the ground is a bit different. More protection needed, exactly. And more clarity and cleansing. And I think they have more protection than they used to, but you can definitely see more on Colby than you can him. And I don't know if that's part of it. They definitely don't have as much protection as I would bring. But again, they haven't experienced a lot of what I've experienced. They've experienced a lot. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to write that off. They've experienced a lot. But when you experience the things that you can't speak about because it gives people nightmares, that's when you know you've gone far. But the thing is that they're searching. And they're going to find it. And I think Colby has. I don't think Sam is yet. Because once you break that barrier, you come across that bridge, you come across that wall, you open that window, that door doesn't shut. You can't reverse back. You know. And there's a lot out there. But in order for you to grow and expand your knowledge and learn more, and when you onto that bridge and you look across and you know what you're about to see, that's what makes a ghost hunter or paranormal investigator, parapsychologist, what they are. Is when you cross it with no fear, or when you have fear, but you still cross it with a sound mind, because you know what you're about to see and what you're about to do. You know that you're about to stay on this other side of the bridge, and you keep walking, where others do not. And that's okay if you do not to. And some of us are unlucky and get forced across that bridge. But it's up to you on what you do with that knowledge afterwards. Yeah. Do you help people with this knowledge? Do you try and figure out more? Do you try and expand? Do you have data? Do you do content? There's many different things. What are options? And I feel like Sam is somewhere stuck in the middle of that bridge where Colby's already rocked across. You can never walk back because now you've already experienced that walk. Not saying that's a bad walk. I think it's a good walk. I think it's fine. I think it's scary at first, but the moment you walk back and you turn around, you realize how not scary it was, right? But it's different for everybody. Everybody has different fears. Everybody has different lifestyles. Everybody has different things. Everybody experiences things differently. But I think once you've accepted what's on the other side of that bridge, you realize how further the road goes. I've prayed for you even when you go to locations and my energy is with you. I can tell. I appreciate it very, very much. And it's always, always, always welcomed. Even when you went to a private weekend investigation. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that one. That's so sweet. Thank you. Be careful. And if you've walked the path of the paranormal, know that no matter what, it's always there. Always. I think it's better to know and to understand at least a good handful rather than be blissful. Because if you know, you'll learn that there's nothing to fear about when it comes to most paranormal things. If you come across a ghost, most likely at some point it was somebody's kid, somebody's parent, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, who lived their life and had some traumatic happen to them to keep them here. And sometimes just talking to them helps them move on. They went through what we went through, just in a different time period. Knowing history helps that. You learn about the Dust Bowl, the plagues, the war, stuff like that. And you know what those people went through. And when you can feel empathy on the past, you can help them. And when you know it as well, and not get selfish. A lot of people like to be selfish. A lot of people are like, well, we don't do that today, so you're wrong and you're stupid. Don't do that. In 50 years, what you do today is going to be considered either racist, angry, hateful, or something. But today you feel like it's okay because it's normal here. Don't treat someone like that, even if it's wrong, and we see it as so. To them, it was not. Respectful. You can disagree, but do not shun them because of a way that they believed in. Obviously, how they did it as well is a different sense. You know, obviously, if they were like a bastard of a person, you can treat them like shit. But don't treat them like shit. But you know what I mean. Like you can feel that, and you can call them out. Like if they beat their kids and their wife because they thought that's what's the right thing to do, yeah, that might be, you can treat them a little like, hey, fuck off a little bit, you know. But if they were like, if they hated the church and you believe in the church, well, that's how they grew up, you know. Did they burn down a church with people in it, or did they just disown it? You know, there's definitely lines and limits, but you learned that. However, what I'm getting at is everyone lived their life at the timeline that they lived. Treat them with respect, get the answers, and help them move on, you know. Once you realize that ghosts aren't scary as we've been taught, that road becomes a lot more clearer. It becomes a lot more easier. But you do have to know that there are thorns on every rose. And there are cracks in the highway. Not everything is good. Not every living person is good. Not every baby being born today will grow up to be president. Most of the people being born today will be hateful, will be an alcoholic, drug addict, will be aggressive, beat their kids, beat their wives. It's more common than we want to believe, and we don't want to deal with that. Not everyone is going to be good, but we try and keep being good to help balance that world out a little bit, yeah. But keep in mind that if they're bad in life, it's like they were bad in death. But the intentions, if they were good, especially in life, will carry over in death, and vice versa. So when you speak to a spirit, remember, maybe they're just misunderstood. Maybe they're hurt. Maybe they're lost. Maybe they're traumatic. Maybe they don't understand. Or they could just be an asshole. But it's very rare to come across something dangerous. And when you do, just know how to get the fuck out. And that's why research is important. Research is very important. Study, learn, experience, grow. There's a lot out there, and we do not know any of it. But there's a lot we still know. So, do your part. But if you are willing to take the path, don't bring your best friend down and have a breakup live on camera, yeah? That'd be pretty bad. I understand getting threatened different when I investigate, especially in older locations. I am a researcher, so I know the period-specific culture and beliefs. Exactly. And it's hard, especially being a woman and probably going back and talking to a person from 1820. I get it. That's probably not easy to do whatsoever. But there is respect in there. You are the living. You are the one in power today. But don't misuse that power. This isn't for you, V. This is for everybody. Don't misuse that power towards them. Don't treat them like shit because they are dead. Have respect. See them as an equal. You'll get a lot more. Even if you change their mind. Be the reason why they realized they were in the wrong. Don't give them a reason to feed into it. That goes for everyone. That's not you, per se, V. That's just like using your example. Grilled or raw cheese? Dude, I take some grilled cheese right now. How far back? Back. All right. It's enough. Either way, I liked the video. I had a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm glad I got to share this moment with you and react with you, even though I was pretty much laid back and falling asleep the whole time. I had a good time enjoying it a lot. And I'm glad I got to experience it with you guys. And I feel like we all learned a little bit. We all got to see something that we didn't expect to see. And even if Sam and Colby are very showman from time to time, they do put out some good videos. And this may not have been a banger, but goddamn, it was something interesting. I'm glad I had a good time with you guys with it. And thank you for those who stayed up. That was a 2.5-hour video, and we watched it for an hour or 3.5 hours. I'm fucking tired, mate. I'm going to bed. But thank you for being a part of it. And let me know what you thought about it as well. Let me know what you think of the theories. What do you think of how Sam and Colby is going to be in the end? But thanks for watching. Yeah. Subscribe.